This video contains information that may be offensive and disturbing to some people. If you are a viewer and are triggered or shocked by images and need a warning prior to every clip or story being discussed, then please unsubscribe from my channel immediately. My channel covers the harsh reality of even the worst crimes imaginable and is for adults only. For those of you who fit into this category, take this message as your warning and don't watch any further. It worked, right? You guys can hear me this time. Oh, God. Yeah, I got to do a Madison Bell update here. It's crazy. I wasn't going to do it, but I feel like I almost feel like I have to. You know? It's crazy. And then we're going to go over, the main one will be, hold on, let me get my folders open here. How was was it echoing at all when it first started? I'm just trying to make sure everything's back to the way it was. Okay, it was good. All right. Thanks. Yeah, that Neal Falls case is pretty interesting because it might be something we could do a lot, and I know that Cairo follows it a lot, and he's gonna be trying to get an interview here pretty soon. So with somebody in that case, so hopefully that turns out. Yeah, he's like a serial killer. He's the one that was, I think it was on IDTV a few years back on an episode regarding the Long Island serial killers and or killer. I mean, they think, some people think there's more than one, and he was the one that was killed by a prostitute when he tried to kill her in her little small house. And they got in a fight, and then she got hold of his gun and shot right over her shoulder, I guess, and killed him. I mean, it was amazing. So that'll be interesting. And look, here's all the freaks here with the gear. All right. Oh, there are a couple new ones there. I like how people send picturing with their dog and a mug. Yeah. All right. So the first thing I'm going to do is the Madison Bell update. Okay. I didn't really want to do one, but it almost feels like in a way, I sort of have to. So you know the one, you know the video that we played the other day with a friend. Remember that one with there was a video where it was, I don't remember if it's Instagram or whatever the hell that is, but it was like a friend and I don't know, she was laying around in their house, and she was in her house, and her boyfriend was moving around. Yeah, well, we showed that, and then she wrote a message today on a Facebook page. So I'm going to read what she wrote, okay? It said, I just want to let everybody know I totally apologize for my mistake as to cursing or bashing people, even using ugly language. And her name is Hallie. I stepped back and looked into reality and only realized how used I was getting by helping this individual. So I think when we were watching that, you kind of knew. Remember when I was even making fun of it, like, yeah, she's like, oh, I love you, and then there was no response back from Madison. How I put my family aside to listen to petty lies. How I spent each and every day trying to support and make her not sad. I totally apologize. I'm not that type of person from the bottom of my heart. You can ask anyone I live around. They will tell you I'm the nicest person you've ever met and the most caring one at that. You know, I know things have gotten way out of control, but many lies have not been fixed and truths have not been told. You could also ask anyone I would help to a complete stranger, or I would help anyone, even a complete stranger, to make sure they had food, water. I mean, she's kind of overselling how great she is, because that's the type of person I am. I have the biggest heart you could ever think of. All right, let's see. Before making sure myself had it first. Okay, I don't even know what she's saying there. You could also ask anyone I could help to a complete stranger, because that's who I am, blah, 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 blah. I have the biggest heart you could ever think of. I would give my last dollar or penny to someone in need of it before making sure myself had it first. And that's exactly what I did. Maddie had no one, as she told me, no one that helped her, and I got so many things fed to me that I just believed them all. Well, come to find out, I found out the real story, but besides the fact, she was never abused. So here's the thing, everybody. She was never abused by her mom. She came from a wealthy family, and if somebody was to tell you all the things she told me, such as she was beat, she tried to hurt herself many times, or many other things, let's see, you would do the same thing I did. Feel sorry for her and take up for her till no end. All I know is me and her no longer speak. I'm hurt tremendously by the things that have got done to me, the time, the day, the money, the things I did for this girl to only make sure she had everything. She was beyond the fact. I'm reading this from a text file, so the things I've did and never asked for anything in return. I'm just that type to help anyone in need. I'm hurt beside the point here to make that it's just bad writing too. I stuck my neck out and bashed my name and put my family in danger for someone I didn't even know, and someone that was just lying about a lot of things. I have a heart of gold and wish her, so basically it just goes on and talks about how it's, she doesn't like how she was treating other people too, and because in reality it sounds like Madison was lying about just about everything. And look how crazy this is. I mean, I'm just bringing this up because it's real. All right, so here's the mother right here, right? I look like crap, but so happy to see and spend the day with my baby girl. Well, that's because she actually went to Florida. Madison did, to see her mom, and apparently they say that Cody's there too. Oh, you can't see it. Hold on, let me flip it over to that screen. Yeah, you see that? Right there. I look like crap, but so happy to see and spend the day with my baby girl. Right? And then you've got another one from the grandmother. Beautiful day on the beach. God heard our prayer, felt our broken hearts, and answered the prayer of many. Maddie is back. Jeez. Okay. So after this, you aren't going to hear another damn thing, but she just, I don't think she's a good person. I'm sorry. The whole thing that she was doing. I mean, now you start wondering, was this just one big scheme of some sort? It's really crazy though, right? Man. It's unreal. What's that little dinging sound? It's weird. I did that on the last show too. Yeah, I guess they went to Florida. They say Cody did. It looks like the mom went there for sure. And I mean, I think that's even a picture from there, maybe. You know, I can't prove it, but I mean, the mom put this out there, and then isn't that nuts? Man, I don't. Yeah, so I won't be discussing anymore. I'm sort of hoping that there's some charges pressed, but you know, now I really think that they should do that, like the sheriff and everybody, for wasting their time for this just childish behavior bullshit. You know, I mean, I guess she didn't really ask for anybody to be searching, but I mean, of course, that's what people do, right? Yeah. So, anyways. That's it. And thank you, Carolina T, for becoming a member. And also, Andrea Ruggiero Drum. Yeah. I just think this is stupid. Sorry. And also, I do want to tell you what I think about the officers that were charged in Atlanta for shooting the individual at the Wendy's. Okay? I think the charges that were leveled against them by the district attorney are a travesty. Literally an absolute joke of humanity. Okay? What they did was exactly what you're trained to do. And it was a total political move. Even at the press conference with that district attorney, he said, oh God, the tasers, tasers aren't deadly at all. But 2 weeks prior to that, he said they were deadly. He's a total joke of a person. He's an embarrassment. He did it just to get reelected and maybe to avoid rioting. But here's the reality, everybody. See, we're a nation of laws and rules, and that's kind of what keeps us together. All right, and the police are incredibly important. All right, and they are absolutely vital to our country. And even if there was a riot, what the police should do, go in there and use absolute force to squash that, because if the district attorney had given the rightful conclusion and said, yeah, we don't see anything that we can charge him with, you know, but we'll look into, you know, that would have been normal, but that would have caused riots. But then you got to get the police out there in mass and keep it and squash it. And that's just the way it is, because we are a country of rules and laws. If you want to see how horrible this will be, because we're getting the police are missing work right now, claiming that they're sick because they want to show us what it's like when there aren't police officers. And if you guys want to see how horrible it'll get by the shitty people in society, what they will do, it'll turn into those movies that you see, like The Walking Dead, you know, like where there's just rioting, everybody's free for all for themselves, and it will be a nightmare. And all those people, you know, right here in Portland where I live, in the Pearl District, our mayor, he lives in the Pearl District. And they tried to do one of those, Occupy, like they do up in Seattle, like another Chaz or Chop. They tried to do the same thing there, but he got the police in there. And you know why? Because he lived there. And see, that's a classic move. You know, everything's all great until, oh shit, it's in my backyard. Okay, if he didn't live there, he would have let that go. I guarantee it. So the reality is we need the police, and we need to allow the police to do whatever it takes to create a civil society. In that incident at Wendy's, everything was going perfectly well, and as soon as they decided to arrest him and put handcuffs on him, the guy went nuts. He actually punched an officer in the face, wrestled with him, overpowered with both officers, grabbed the taser, and then ran, turned, and fired the taser at the officer, and then he turned and started running. Then the officer shot him. Okay? How about this, idiot? You know, don't resist. Do what the police tell you. If they tell you to put, because it was really calm, he put his hands behind his back. They were just going to put the cuffs on him, drive him down there because he was driving. You know, I'm getting really sick of people when they absolutely do not obey what the police are telling them. They disrespect them, and then something goes haywire, and then everybody blames the cop. It's ridiculous. All right? So if what I'm saying here bugs you, unsubscribe, okay? I am. This is one of the ones that I literally, absolutely believe in. What I'm telling you right now, okay? I don't mind if you don't agree and you want to stay, but if I'm just, oh, it's so horrible, then get the hell out. I don't care, you know? It's not. I'm not going to change what I said. There was absolutely. What that officer did, it would have been nice, you know, shoot him in the leg, but they're not taught that way. Okay? That was like the most classic use of deadly force you could ever imagine. The guy fired a taser that was deemed deadly by the same district attorney just like a month prior. Yeah. Thanks, Meredith McKenzie. Look at that little pair there. Yeah, I mean, well, the problem is, what Veruca Salt, I love that character, by the way, just said, you can't do it. Because they've made it absolutely, if you want to say something and be truthful, it's not politically correct at all. Okay, I'm actually just telling you what I think here, and I have the right to be able to say that, and I'm trying to say it in a way that, you know, meets the standards. Okay. So I mean, I'm just trying to tell you, there's a specific party out there that's making it politically incorrect for you to be able to talk about this in any meaningful way. Hey, look at that. It's Southern Gal, the Prisma Reyes on location reporter. I haven't seen you in a while. Or maybe I have. I just didn't think of that. Yeah. Now, the Madison Bell update is that everything she was saying was bullshit. She wasn't abused by her family. And she's now in Florida, apparently, with her family. You know, chilling out, having a great time. Thank you, Cairo. Oh yeah, you've been out of the country, huh? Okay, and then what was the next one I was going to do? Hold on 1 second. My wife just came home. Can you wait about a minute?
Chaos.
Hey, it's my buddy Jay Case. Came back just in time. I wonder if it's going to read it. Let me turn this on. I think my... Oh, jeez. God, I was looking at the wrong thing. It freaked me out again.
HUZZEE was up, freaks. We attended the memorial for our dead colleague yesterday, second funeral in 5 days. We're in the procession. It was a sad day. We are at a tipping point. The Atlanta officer, his wife got fired from her job. Time to ACT.
Wow. Man, that blows. Why did the his wife get fired from her job? Just because it would have brought on, you know, her being there would create issues. What a joke. Jesus. It's embarrassing. It's actually, it's just, oh God. It's reverse discrimination. Imagine if that actually happened in reverse. Just picture it for a second.
The violent lawlessness is starting to get scary, and the valid reason for protesting for justice has been lost.
Yeah. So they were probably just nervous, right? That their company would get retaliation. What a joke. You know, if I was an officer right now, I would really be a little bit... I know they signed up to serve and protect and, you know, but I'd be thinking twice about it. I really would be. I'd be like, wow, how do I defend myself? That was such a clear-cut deal. The guy turned and fired a taser at me. And, wow. No. Well, what do you mean supporting her relative? What do you mean? You mean her husband? I don't know what that means. Yeah. Wow, this is crazy. All right, well, I was going to switch over to... how many people are in here now, by the way? Oh, 361. Okay. God, I bet, Jay. It's horrible over there. Just everywhere. It's insane. I'm sorry, DB Cooper, but yeah, maybe he didn't need to die, but it was a justifiable shooting. Because he attacked the officers, committed about 4 felonies, then turned and fired a taser at him. So, DB Cooper, I don't give a shit what they do in Europe, okay? Good for you. Stay living there, all right? Right, yeah, I'm sure it happens over there, yeah, all right. They grab a taser fired at the officer. Yeah, mainly because the officers over there aren't able to defend themselves. You have to call in the brigade that has the guns. Yeah. I know, it's weird. They always think they're so much higher, more superior. You know, you get that all the time. And it's like, no, not really. Look at, even if it was a taser and the guy knew it was a taser, the same district attorney deemed it a deadly weapon just weeks prior. Okay? And then he changed it for this press conference to sell the narrative he wanted to sell. Yeah. Okay, alright. Have a good one, man. You can go do your trolling somewhere else. Yeah. Most of the people that come in here from the UK and stuff they don't tout out that kind of shit, but you know, this DB Cooper guy, he's always been one of those trolls that just barely skates by, but I'm kind of just done with him. Yeah, I got rid of him. It's just kind of the way it is. Alright. So now I'm going to read now. I'm going to move on to a different story now, okay? I just wanted to let you know what I was thinking about that. And I think it's important. I think people need to visualize watch the video and see how it went. The cops were absolutely polite and nice. So was he, and then he just turned for no reason. And apparently he had a concussion from some other event that wasn't disclosed, apparently, at the press conference. Or maybe the officer. I can't remember now if it was the officer or not. Anyways, I'm just really frustrated right now. You know? Everybody understands, yes, we need some reforms. We need to get rid of the bad cops that have tons and tons of reports against them. The ones that seem to have an attitude where they just think they're better than everybody else, right? Those are the ones that you don't really want around. Everybody was on the same page, but now you're sort of like, God, Jesus, maybe there's a point. We need... Oh, here's that oogla boogla thing again. God dang it. Gotta get rid of this. I think whenever you type in oogla boogla, I might have to get rid of the oogla boogla, whatever that is, the oogla boogla portion keeps doing that. Yeah, they keep making it, they want you to see how they want to see it. Like Geraldo's been an idiot. You know, he's like, he got shot in the back, man. He got shot in the back. Yeah, because he had his back to him and he just turned and put his arm back and shot, and then he ran, and then the firing happened. Right. You know, it is true that maybe he didn't have to shoot him, but you know, that's a discretionary deal once you start doing the stuff that guy was doing. It's ludicrous. I cannot believe the charges. Man, I hope they fight it, and it'd be just incredible if they get acquitted. And then all the officers need to be on the streets, ready to go, and then put it down with force. Okay? That's the truth of it. Yeah, that's what I was saying, YouTube. He's just trying to keep his job. He's an idiot. He's a liar, too. Just a month prior, he said that the taser was a deadly weapon. And then for this instance, it's not a deadly weapon, so he shouldn't have feared for anything when he turned and fired it at him. What a joke. Yeah. Absolute embarrassment. And nobody should vote for that guy. You know, if anybody's in here from Atlanta, do not vote for that guy. He's a joke. Okay? All right, I'm going to move... Well, you can do whatever the hell you want. That's just my opinion. Yeah, I saw it earlier today. Yeah. I saw it on the news. The clip where he said that... I mean, and that's even a law in Atlanta, in the Georgia, actually, that a taser is a deadly weapon. Okay? And he said it. And I saw him say it. It was on a clip on the news. It was on Fox News, of course, because you won't see that same clip on CNN or MSNBC because they won't try to make that same point. Okay? They aren't going to make that point because it doesn't fit their narrative and what their view is. Well, thanks, Gen H. Yeah, well, either way, you know, if you're on the ground and somebody, and you have a peaceful arrest being made, and you arrest somebody, and they go ape shit, yeah, I mean, literally just go nuts and just start pounding you all over the place, you're going to, and you feel like the cops aren't going to do anything to you. You know, if you think cops aren't going to do anything to you, then you're crazy, right? Man. I mean, I go apeshit when I hit a shitty shot in golf, right? But I'm just saying, like, well, I don't really do that. I don't ever throw my club or anything like that. Hey, well, thanks, everybody. I don't know why, you know. Thank you for all the love, but I'm just telling you what I'm thinking. It just doesn't make any sense. I don't know why that guy attacked the officers and then why he grabbed the taser, ran with it, then turned and fired it. I mean, you put yourself in such a deadly situation doing that, right? God, it's unreal. Well, it's deadly. You know, it's deadly if you hit somebody in the chest with it. That's what they say. It can be deadly. It's not like... it's definitely less lethal than a bullet, right? So you gotta look it up. It's different. But he said that. 100%. Go try to find that. And you'll be shocked. Because he said the exact opposite at the press conference because it fit his needs and he wanted to use it to help secure his next election. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna go switch it over to the statement that Melani Pawlowski made, okay? All right, you guys ready? There she is. That's the lady. I think that's Tylee right there. So this must have been years ago. Right there. See that? So here we go. Melani Pawlowski, a cousin of Joshua J.J. Vallow and Tylee Ryan, posted the following message on Facebook Wednesday, which was yesterday, I guess. She granted EastIdahoNews.com permission to share the post. Okay, well. I mean, you don't... Yeah, look, if you make a post on Facebook, nobody needs permission. You put it out there, it's public now. Okay? So, I mean, cool and everything, but nobody had to... I put these links in the description, but nobody had to give anybody permission. I don't have words for the horrific details our family was informed of last week. It is unfathomable, and it doesn't feel like real life. We've been trying to process all this while in absolute shock, as we never could have seen this as the outcome, and still have so many questions. While I feel so many emotions as I scroll looking at pictures of my cousins, I am grateful for so many who have prayed, hoped, and believed with our family. Thank you for the messages of comfort and love which overcome all the more negativity that is going around. Thank you to those who have honored JJ and Tylee with kindness. My cousins are beautiful souls who both radiate love towards others and whom had zealous passion for life. Until they were deemed zombies, is what you mean, right? Because you believe that they were zombies too. I know Tylee and JJ know how I feel already, yes, because they were behind the veil, and thank God that Lori freed them from limbo by killing the humanoid vessels on Earth. I know Tylee and JJ know how I feel already, but I want to share for so many who didn't have the blessing of being able to be part of their lives, and especially in gratitude. Hold on, let me turn this down a little bit. I have it a little too high there. For those who have expressed heartfelt empathy and who have chosen to love our family without judgment and to lift us up through this. Well, I'm not one of those people. Okay, I've chosen not to be that one of those. Tylee was one of the wittiest, spunkiest individuals I've ever had in my life. She didn't let what people thought get to her. If you knew Tylee, she would probably be giving the biggest eye roll at all, the drama unfolding in the media. No, she wouldn't. Believe me, she's wishing she was alive and would probably fully support what's going on in the media. To anyone using this terrible situation to express their hate and blame on others, she would probably tell you off because she was the sassiest thing. This is the stupidest thing I've ever heard in my life already. Just proving that Melanie is one of the dumbest people that's ever lived. Literally, an absolute moron, okay? Or Moroni, excuse me. I meant Moroni. Tylee loved to have fun and didn't draw into drama, but would use it as a platform for her comedy. Boy, could she make others laugh. Ah! Ha ha ha! She went through a lot of hard things in her life, and she didn't deserve what happened to her. No one does. I truly wish she could go on live television and tell her story rather than anyone else. You mean her story about how her mom thought she was a zombie and killed her? I see. Rather than anyone else who has and will in future just know the stakes are set high from that girl. I know, let's see. I mean, I'm having a hard time reading this because it's just, I keep thinking about what the hell I'm reading. I was actually thinking this was going to be some lawyerly thing that somebody thought through it. This is crazy. I know I could never measure up in that regard. As we've all seen, I'm horrible on live television, and I would rather not do it ever again. Or to have to, well, you're worse writing. Okay, let me tell you that. Here you don't have your lawyers sitting next to you, keeping you in check, and then telling the people filming you what they can put on the show and whatnot. I was always so impressed with Tylee's ability to express herself and communicate well. I wish she was here to clear up all the confusion for us. She would do it better than any of the rest of us could. Well, hey, that's so convenient of you, Melanie, because Tylee's not alive. So you can say that as much as you want. Clear it up. Oh, yeah, clear it up. The truth is your aunt and Chad and Alex have something to do with killing Tylee, okay? Because they deemed them zombies. Thank you, dear L. Greggs.
What up?
Thanks, Pauline Craig, for subscribing. Got a little moonwalk going on there. Used to love Michael Jackson. I mean, I still love that album, right? I mean, that was the Thriller album. Come on. Is there a better album than the Thriller album for Michael Jackson? Okay. JJ was a ball of energy and high spirits. He wanted to be on the move constantly. Well, but again, let's remember up here. Remember, Chad deemed Tylee's actual soul, her living soul, you know, her, not the zombie soul, as a 4.2 dark. So Melanie's out here. Oh, yeah, we're going to... What do you mean? Because you believed all that shit too, remember? Yeah, there's a whole another section. I mean, it goes on and on. JJ was a ball of energy and high spirits. He wanted to be on the move constantly, doing something active or going somewhere with his cousins or siblings. He loved my oldest son, and he wanted to be with him morning, night, and day. He trusted Braxy and would walk hand in hand with him as we took Disney trips together. I don't know who Braxy is. Went to water parks, beaches, jungle gyms, anything to keep all the busy kiddos entertained. JJ bravely went on Guardians of the Galaxy, all because my son and I wanted to go on it, and he didn't want to be left out of the action, or on the action. JJ reached out to everyone with his love, but nothing was more special than his bond with his siblings, Tylee and Colby, who just adored him. Well, until they deemed him a zombie, right? I mean, the thing is what you got to remember here, everybody, is all these idiots believed all of this. Okay? Like, they thought that JJ and Tylee were zombies. If they didn't, they would have definitely got something done. They didn't. Our family has been grieving with one thing after another. We've suffered many betrayals, and it feels as if only the Savior could understand. Well, no, you weren't betrayed. Okay, here's the thing, everybody. You weren't betrayed. You are just dumb. Okay? So when somebody sits there and tries to tell you that there are zombies and all these different levels of light that they can see, and you've lived 15 different times, and you were this and that. You're dumb when you believe those things. You weren't betrayed. There was no devil influence here. You are just dumb people, okay? Just like Melanie Gibb, okay? Your brains are incapable of rational thought. Man, could you imagine having the Melanies on... Yeah, what's that one? What's the game where you say, survey said? What's the name of that one? Man, could you imagine them on there? Yeah, Family Feud. Imagine having a group of 5 of those. Actually, the entire family. Let's say you had Lori, Alex, both Melanies, and... I don't know, maybe Ian Pawlowski, right? They're on there. Ian might save the day, right? Because he's... I don't know what he is. I think he just was thinking with the wrong part of his body. But just imagine something like that. You know? Here, ask a question. Somebody ask a survey said. Let me see what they might say, okay? Ask a question in there, somebody. Type it in. I'm going to have Mary Lou play the voice. Yeah, give me the question like top something. Top 5 condiments. Was he thinking? Yeah, I think so, yeah. Yeah, what would your partner say is your best feature?
My love of God. Okay, it's my turn. Good, what is it? My shoes. I buy good shoes.
All right. Yeah, it's just, wow. Okay, we're going to go. Yeah, I'm going to go to this one right here. While trying to mourn through this most devastating event, our family will probably ever have to endure. Let me start over. I don't want to laugh through this, but oh man. You know, I've mentioned this before. You know what one of the weirdest things about Family Feud is that you can always tell the really dumb families that are up there. When the other family, you know, they get a couple and then they get the 3 X's. And then they always pan back over to the other family and they're all huddled up the whole time, right? They're huddled up and they're all throwing out stuff and there's apparently a leader of some sort. And then as soon as it's their turn, you know, the guy goes over and says, "What have you guys chosen?" They're still looking at everybody. And they're all throwing out different words or answers. I mean, didn't you guys come up with something? Idiots. Oh yeah, for Veruca Salt, probably they'd say bed. And that wouldn't even be on the top 5. All right.
Survey asked, what are the oddest places you've ever made whoopee?
My bed, yay!
Wow. No, I don't think so. I don't think there's going to be one person that answered that one. Yeah, well, that's how they have to say it on the shows, right? So it's not, that's actually still how they would say it. No, they said the oddest place. But see, they wouldn't say that. Oh, yes, they might say portal. And that would still not be on the... Yeah. Well, that's what I mean. They seem like she seems so... like that would be your answer. I'm talking about the other Melanie, not this one.
Bet Richard Dawson wouldn't even kiss Lori now.
Oh yeah, the story. Yeah, see, but you guys are giving real answers that, like, someone might actually say. Not the portal, of course, but... oh boy. Yeah, the veil, everything. You're supposed to come up with what they would say if you're dumb. Okay? Alright, so here we go. Our family has been grieving with one thing after another. We've suffered many betrayals. No, you haven't. And it feels as if only the Savior could understand. But I know others know similar grief, and I believe we go through these experiences to learn and be able to comfort others. Thank you for any who can find it in their hearts to withhold negative feelings and to just exhibit love. Well, I'm not able to do that. I apologize. I am not good enough. While trying to mourn through this most devastating event, our family will probably ever have to endure. The public continues to criticize and twist information. Absolutely untrue. Others are trying to capitalize on this tragic event for their own gain, and all this distracts. No, actually what people are doing is just trying to get the story out because it's ridiculous, and you know it's all true. See, what's weird is she still seems like she's making excuses for Chad and Lori. Okay? We know what the true story is. I mean, I don't know if we have every single detail, but we know what was going on. Okay? JJ and Tylee were deemed zombies and killed. You can speculate all you want. Wait, hold on. Let's see. And all this distracts from these two precious babes. Others are trying to capitalize. And all this does is distract us from these two precious babes. Some have and probably will continue to edit out truths to their own advantage for the story they want. Bottom line is, that is our family. You can speculate all you want, but no one has all the facts. Well, I disagree. I think Lori and Chad have all the facts. Clearly, I don't have all the details. Well, I think you have more than you're admitting to. That's why you put that term. And here's the truth, everybody. If you ever hear somebody say the word clearly, when they use the word clearly, it means what they're about to say isn't. Okay? And that's just the reality of it. You hear it all the time on politicians say, clearly well, no, it's not. They just think when you say clearly that if you hear them say that, you must immediately go, oh, wow, okay. I just can't see it, but... Clearly, I don't have all the details. We are all just doing the best we can without having knowledge or actual evidence to the contrary. We chose to go with what we hoped and believed. Okay, so are you now saying that what was written in the media is probably more accurate than what you hoped? I couldn't go back and say anything different. It was what I knew. It was what I experienced. While wanting to have every answer in all the missing puzzle pieces, I know the Lord knows all, and He has a way of healing and making these things right in His time. I'm grateful it is His job to judge, not ours. No, actually, it's humanity's job to judge you and what you all have done, okay? That is the truth of it. And I hope everybody, when you hear something like this, you don't go, wow, she's right. Okay, you're right. I'll leave it up to God. No, it's our job to judge you. Okay? And because if we didn't have that, people would just do whatever the hell they wanted to, and we're going to have to go, well, don't worry about it. Now, sure, I mean, Dahmer, Listen, everybody. I think we were too hard on Dahmer. God is the one that should have judged him. We shouldn't have put Dahmer in prison, okay? Jeffrey Dahmer should have merely been let to wander the streets forever, not judged, and just had God judge him. I kind of like the way he was judged, but... yeah. While wanting to have every answer and all the missing puzzle pieces, I know the Lord knows all, and He has a way of healing and making things right in His time. I'm grateful it is His job to judge, not ours. God, such a dumb comment. Jesus. I cannot process this pain and hurt alone, so I have no choice but to give it to the Lord and say, take this. I can't possibly understand why things have happened or why people make the choices they do. Life will never be the same. No one can tell me how I feel, what I know, or what I believe. Only God. Really? So if you believe something, you don't know you believe it until God told you you believe it. Oh, I see. Only God and we know what we have. Let's see. Only God. Let me try to read this sentence the way she wrote it. No one can tell me how I feel, what I know, or what I believe. Only God and we know what we have individually experienced. Okay, that's different. We never know what other people are going through or the pains they've endured. So just be kind. Yeah, I'm okay with being kind with rational people that haven't perpetuated a lie for months. M-U-N-T-S. I believe that would make JJ and Tylee smile down from heaven. No, what would make them smile is to see the people that killed them punished. Okay? That's what would make them smile. Let's love others like the Savior would, and remember these two sweet angels forever. Yes, we will all remember them, but we want justice for them, unlike you. Man, I can't imagine a worse letter. Like, if you were trying to get people to feel something for you, it was one of the stupidest things that anybody could ever write. I don't even know what you're talking about. $7,000 what? Thank you, Zozo. Hey, I appreciate it.
Melanie Morone fact.
Yeah, Melanie Maroney. I mean, well, never mind. Yeah. Melanie the felony. Wow. Unbelievable, right? Okay. That's it. I don't have any more to say. I think she is just not a good person at all. Okay? So. Allegedly. All right, and then the next thing we're going to talk about here is this other case that somebody sent me on in my email. Thank you, Zozo. Did you send me a well, somebody named Zoe sent me a PayPal, so thank you. Oh, Chrissy Paradis got her freak mug. Here, look, I'm gonna put it on the screen. Look it. There it is. Woo! Look at that. The Skippy mug. That must be in selfie mode because it's flipped backwards. Oh, look at this. Richard Canick sent me a Portland City Council votes to cut $15 million from police budget. Isn't that great? Idiots. Thanks, Michelle Nicholas. Oh, you look good there, Chrissy Paradis. I'm going to flip it around so it reads correctly, though. Da, 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 Okay, look at this crazy story right here. Cape Coral woman admits to stabbing her mother to death. And you know, it's just nuts. This girl's like in some kind of a cult of some sort. Something like carbon something or other. Cape Coral woman was arrested Wednesday for manslaughter after investigators said she stabbed her mother to death. Cape Coral woman was arrested Wednesday for manslaughter after investigators said she stabbed her mother to death in the chest. Police were dispatched to the 2500 block of Southwest Ember Terrace, which is right here. Yeah, that's the house right there. And this is March 2019, so I actually wouldn't be shocked at all if that's actually her car, the mom's car right there. When police showed up, they found Melissa Kelly with a stab wound. She was rushed to the hospital and died an hour later. The victim's daughter, 21-year-old Mariya Lynn Kelly, was arrested and facing a negligent manslaughter charge. In her arrest report, Mariya admitted she had gotten into a fight with her mother in the kitchen while she was putting dishes away. See, there's no way to prove this, right? She claims her mother hit her over the head, so she took the knife she had in her hand and stabbed her mother in the chest. Melissa's 2 children were inside the home when she was stabbed, along with Mariya's toddler. Jeez. Mariya then ran to the neighbor's house and asked for help, admitting she had stabbed her mother, according to the neighbor. I mean, that's kind of interesting that she would admit that. But.
Young mother stabbed to death in her Cape Coral kitchen. Her accused killer, her own daughter. Thanks for watching. I'm Kelly Burns.
And I'm Peter Bush. Melissa Kelly West was rushed to the hospital with a stab wound.
It's funny, the mom
chest,
looks younger.
but she didn't make it. Mariah Kelly is accused of violently lashing out during an argument. This all happened on Southwest Embers Terrace in the Cape. And NBC2's Ashley Dyer spoke with some of Melissa's friends today.
The friends I talked to were more like family members. They tell me Melissa was a fantastic mother and a bright light in this world. She leaves behind 3 kids, and one of them is her accused killer. An unfathomable day.
This was not on the radar.
The horrific death of Melissa Kelly West, leaving friends and family at a loss.
Where do we start? She was, first of all, she was hilarious. Drop dead gorgeous. Absolutely, like, so beautiful inside and out.
Melissa's 21-year-old daughter, Mariah Kelly, is accused of murdering her.
This wasn't in the realm of what could possibly happen. How could this have happened?
In the police report, Mariah says she was doing dishes in her kitchen when she got into a verbal argument with her mom, Melissa. Mariah says she was washing a knife at the sink when her mother hit her in the head. That's when Mariah turned around and stabbed her mother in the chest. Was Melissa close with Mariah?
That I'm not going to comment about. I don't want to comment about relationships, and she was helpful in every way that she could be.
Melissa Kelly West was rushed to the hospital, but died shortly after. She was just 37 years old.
She was a bright light. She was a bright light for anybody who came in her path. And now we just don't have that anymore. She loved so hard.
Yeah, this is the mom.
So hard. She just gave you everything that she had all the time. She was the most genuine person, I swear to God, I've ever met in my whole entire life.
At her first appearance, Mariah wore a green smock, which is given to inmates that have the potential to harm themselves. Close friends say they're heartbroken and doing everything they can for Melissa's family.
We have her memory, and we will always have her memory, so we're the lucky ones.
Mariah appeared in front of a judge today, making no comments. Her bond was set at $250,000. I'm in Cape Coral. Ashley Dyer, NBC2.
Yeah. And let's see. Yeah, this is her right there. The daughter, the killer. Something seems a little off with her. She's in a cult too, by the way. There's a YouTube video, but I can't play it. But she's in, it's called something like Carbon something. I can't remember the actual name of it, but I'm glad. I don't really want you looking it up and going, oh wow, this seems really neat. Has those Jodi Arias eyes, right? Where they're just sort of blankly staring. You know, they're not really looking at you. They're sort of looking past you a little bit. That's what I see. I mean, it's like that in every image, too. They're not... Do you see what I'm saying? It doesn't seem like... I don't know. It's weird. I don't know. It's in Hawaii. The cult. Let me see if I can find that in that email. Hold on. Oh yeah, it was sent by Carol. Let's see. Hold on. Yeah, daughter who stabbed mother to death belonged to Carbon Nation cult. Right there.
NBC2 News at 11.
I felt like I needed to heal. I felt like I had a lot of mommy issues. I had a lot of daddy issues.
The Cape Coral woman
Got a
accused
lot of
of
issues,
stabbing
really.
and killing her own mother used to be in a cult.
21-year-old Mariah Kelly is now at the Lee County Jail, but back in January she joined Carbon Nation. You're watching NBC2 News at 11. I'm Lisa Spooner.
And I'm Peter Bush. This cult was known for polygamy and nudity. NBC2's Nestor Montoya is uncovering how Kelly...
Hey, Leanne, you were accidentally hidden, but you're unhidden now. Twice.
Kelly went from cult member to accused killer.
We confirmed from one of Carbon Nation's leaders that Mariah Kelly left them after only 2 weeks in the cult. He described her as eccentric, but never imagined that she was capable of such heinous violence that landed her in jail, now facing a homicide charge.
Back to you, Jim.
I think Carbon Nation was just a little bit too extreme for me.
21-year-old Mariah Kelly opening up in this video about leaving the Carbon Nation cult.
Like, a lot of my demons came out, and I was able to, realize that there were certain things that I was running away from and I needed to face.
Months later, Mariah now seen in a green smock, appearing before a judge after she's accused of killing her mother, 37-year-old Melissa Kelly West.
This wasn't in the realm of what could possibly happen. How could this have happened?
Healthy people don't usually join cults.
Psychologist Dr. Laura
Do you hear that,
Streifler says while the
Melanie?
cult could have played a role, past trauma is more likely.
It seems like the issues here were much bigger and much more
Hey, that's right, Kit Kat.
lifelong than just spending 2 weeks in a cult.
In Mariah's candid Carbon Nation tell-all, she revealed signs of a troubled past.
I had been like super crazy. I was so crazy.
Yeah, you still
had
are,
a lot
yeah.
of emotional issues. I
Uh-huh.
had been in
Right.
a couple mental institutions.
You see? Oh,
now
boom.
locked up in jail.
Okay.
Her
So
mom-
now when I tell you about those eyes, I hadn't heard this part yet. So now when I say you look at those eyes, you can just see it in them. There's something not quite there. You get it? Wow. She's been in mental institutions.
I had been in a couple mental institutions.
Kelly now locked up in jail. Her mother gone, and Kelly's own young daughter facing years without hers.
So I was like, I'm just going to take some time away and I'm going to heal and I'm going to be back for her because my daughter deserves unconditional love and she deserves a mother.
And Mariah remains in custody on a $250,000 bond amount. One of those cult leaders denied any responsibility for her actions. Kelly's family was unavailable for comment. I'm live outside the Lee County Jail tonight. Nestor Montoya, NBC2.
NBC2 News at 11.
Back to you, Jim. Well, I don't want to play that. I don't know what that is, but right here, this is a YouTube video. It's like 30-something minutes long of her rambling on. I can't play it, but I was just playing the that, you know. Yeah, another psycho from a cult. Okay, I'll have to see where this one leads. What really happened? Okay, now we're going to switch over to the Neal Falls case. Kyra's been talking about it for a while. I'm just going to go over it generally. And you know, it's probably something you could have almost weekly forever because there's so many cases that he could probably be connected to. I mean, who the hell knows? Right? So no, that's not true, Corbin Cat. You can just see in the eyes they just do that. Okay, it has nothing to do with anything that you're saying. I've seen specific people that have that specific look. Okay, so even if you don't have that experience or you know are able to notice that, that's okay. That's okay. Yeah, they're two peas in a pod. I mean, Cairo could have done exactly what Neal does. He drives all around the country. We, you know, don't really know what he's really doing. He says he's going to a no, it's not a dipshit look. It's a blank stare. Like there's nothing there. Jodi Arias had that same look. Yeah, I mean, he says he's in, you know, maybe. Yeah, right. That's right. I even made a video with Jodi Arias where I took the Jaws footage of Quincy saying, like a doll's eyes. Or Quint, I mean. Yeah. So this is just going to be sort of the initial look at this. And we'll have to see if, you know, what it leads to. I haven't really... all I remember it was on an IDTV show. And I remember them discussing this particular event. I didn't realize it was in mysterious West Virginia. But he's from Oregon. Oh my God, I live here. Oh my God, I'm so close to the case now. Yeah, he lived in near Eugene, basically. No, I think it was just Quint. Quincy was the name of a show. Quint was the guy that was the captain of the ship. Thanks, Dadio Caspian Horses Rock, and yes, you too can help support the channel by using Super Chats or any other method, and we'll be donating a large chunk of money at the end of the month. Yeah, he was a medical examiner. Remember that? I did. I said Quincy, but then I switched it to Quint right after that. Weren't you listening, or? Jesus. Yeah, I went to U of O too for 2 years. I was there from 1985. Well, actually, like 85 and 86, and then I went to Oregon State to graduate. And then I also went to Western Oregon State College my first year, which is near Salem. Yeah, Jaws was so scary when we were kids watching that. You gotta admit, like, that was just absolutely creepy. I don't even know why kids were allowed to watch that. Remember when Quint got eaten on the boat? Like the boat's tipping over and he goes into his mouth and just starts getting chomped up? Jesus, that was... Smile, you son of a... Yeah, kind of reminds you of Lady of the Dunes. Oh, by the way, just to let you guys know, I did call both numbers today on yesterday's case. I called, let's see, let me get this open. And all I did was leave a message. Oh, where the hell did it go? Jeez. Oh, there it is. Wow. I called Elva Poor. I actually got a hold of her dad. He was kind of he couldn't hear me very well. So I left a message, and he called back, and he said, bullshit. I don't even know what he... Then I tried calling him again, then he called me back, and then he realized, I was somebody else, and then I told him about how they should probably use genetic... genealogy to figure out who the killer is of their daughter, and he seemed pretty appreciative of it. Remember, that was the case last night that we talked about? The one that went to town with the 4 guys in Delaware? Thanks, Sarita Hilly! Oh, that was nice. Yeah, so I talked to him for a little bit. I'll probably call him again another time. It was just such a bad connection.
Because Kit Kat lost her credit card, so here you go, slightly smiling face.
And then I left a message regarding Miss X from 1967. I said that I think we could do a fundraiser to raise the money to identify her and give her name back, as you guys suggested. Because I know we can do it. And if not, I'll do the bulk of it. You know, maybe at the end of the month, half of that, the whole thing goes right to that. Because that's literally more than half the cost. So I'll call them again. I think the pandemic kind of slowed a lot of things down. And by the way, have you guys been watching the CeCe Moore show? Like, what is it, the DNA Detective? Or it's awesome.
I'm on Kit Kat's lost debit card donation wave.
It basically had me going on to the Jed match. Thanks, Zozo. Donation wave. Awesome. Yeah, I was on... heck, I don't even know what the hell I was talking about right there. What did I just say? I was reading the comment. Oh yeah, that's an old song right there. Oh yeah, That show, The Genetic Detective. You know what was great? You know what the last episode was about? They went over the April Tinsley case, and that was one that I covered a few times, really got into it.
Show me the way to go home. I'm tired and I wanted to go to bed.
Had a little drink about an hour ago, and it went right to my head. Yeah. Thank you, Jennifer Cochran Fent. Yeah, so she talked about April Tinsley, and it was just kind of really interesting. And, you know, in this episode, it didn't sound like John Miller was as smart as she said he was when we were at CrimeCon 2 years ago. But it was really amazing. Oh, hey, thank you. Oh, wow, Cairo
Donation wave.
Cairo has Kit Kat's debit card. Wow. That's what he's doing driving around. Stealing debit cards. Thank you, Stephanie McCoy. Appreciate it. Let me load up on my Gatorade. Hold on one second. Oh no, don't mention pizza.
Okay, I have Kit Kat's debit card, sorry.
Oh wow. Alright, hold on one second, I'll be...
Wish you the best.
Oh, sorry about that. I didn't give you guys any, like, listening music. I didn't give you any listening music. It was just dead quiet. Hey, thanks. Wally Gator and Dottie-O Caspian Horses Rock and Sarita Hilly. Oh, I was going to say, oh, look at that. Thanks, Mag. Just in case. Just in case.
Just in case. Future bail money, tears of joy.
Tears of joy, man. She is so happy she cries when she bails me out of jail. That's so nice. Very kind. Thank you. All right, here we go. I'm going to switch over to that. But yes, you guys should check out that show. She actually goes through a little bit. Oh, and by the way, it had me going to Jedmatch today because I uploaded onto there, checking out my relative centimorgans, how closely they related. I think I did have one that was like a first cousin that showed up on there. I didn't know who it was, and I asked my mom. They live in Pebble Beach. And she goes, oh yeah, that's so-and-so. That was actually a daughter from one of my sisters that was given up for adoption. Yeah, she actually showed up to one of our 4th of Julys a couple of years ago. Well, thanks, Nancy P. Make sure it's chocolate, though, all right? I only like chocolate cake. Well, there's some that are pretty good, but... Thank you, Susie B. Yep. So we're going back to 2015. It's not really that long ago when this happened. But this is an article. There's actually... I'll just go through all these in the order that I have them, but... Thank you, Susie B. and Allison R. It didn't seem to make any music for that. I'm gonna have to go get something fixed on here. It's weird. Simpler days. Yeah, not that long ago. Yeah. She said with a note of sarcasm. I always wanted a deli store and a band with cage beer. Sweet. Thank you guys very much. Alright, here we go. The name of a man shot and killed by a suspected prostitute and who has been looked at as a potential link to a series of missing women in Ross County has been released. Wait, what has been? No, the name of. Okay. I was like, whoa, he wasn't released. He's dead. Hey, thanks, Deacon. I'm not sure why there's no music playing for those. I don't get it. A lot of things got whacked out on the update. According to the Associated Press, Charleston... Oh, I guess it did work. Hold on. What do that again? What do that again? I don't get it. No, it did make music. It made music. All right. According to the Associated Press, Charleston police identified the man on Wednesday as 45-year-old Neal Falls of Springfield, Oregon. And Springfield is right near Eugene. I bet Zozo lives in Springfield. Oh, you mean the... the mother... Yeah, they questioned him, Zozo. He just had answers. You're talking about the Melissa Pesky case up there. Yeah. According to the Associated Press, Charleston police identified the man on Wednesday as 45-year-old Neal Falls of Springfield, Oregon. Falls was shot and killed Saturday in self-defense by a Charleston woman who met him online on the website Backpage.com. Police say Falls beat and choked the woman on Saturday at a residence in Charleston. I wasn't able to find her house. The woman, whose name has not been released, grabbed Falls' handgun after he laid the weapon down and shot him once. Police say investigators found several axes, a shovel, bleach, handcuffs, knives, a machete and other items in Fall's vehicle. So he's got his little kill kit in the back of his car there. Not quite as elaborate as Israel Keys, right, Cairo, who literally would put the kill kit somewhere for later use. I mean, that's some crazy ass planning there. Charleston police are working with the Federal Bureau of Investigation to investigate whether Falls is connected to other crimes around the country. Ross County officials confirmed Tuesday that they have been contacted regarding a series of missing women, 4 of whom had been found dead since May 2014. See, we might be able to look at some of these and see if they're related. There you go, Cairo. Yeah. That's when I get the "you're so mean" when people go, "Oh my God, I live in that state." Okay, well, what other do you live right down the block? Well, no, but yeah, she shot him over her head. Like he had her. Well, we'll get to that. There's she describes it later, so hold on. So maybe we can look at some of these later, but Tamika Lynch, 30, was found by a kayaker in Paint Creek near Bainbridge on May 24th last year. 4 days before investigators found her body, Lynch's husband reported her missing. He told police he had not seen her since May 16th. And this shooting here occurred on the 17th or the 18th of July. I think it's July 18th. Lynch autopsy report, this is a suspected victim of his, indicated her manner of death was the result of undetermined circumstances and the cause of her death was likely multiple drug overdose. However, authorities have yet to release any official reason as to why Lynch was found in the river. See, but another, possible prostitute. Kimberly Clater's body was found May 29th near an abandoned house at 3213 Masseyville Road with 3 gunshot wounds to the head. The case is being investigated as a homicide. Well, I hope so. It's not like you shoot yourself in the head once, and then shoot yourself in the head a second time, and then shoot yourself in the head a third time. It's definitely going to be a homicide. Thank you. Yeah, we're not sure yet. He has been shot in the head 3 times. The case is being investigated as a homicide, and a registered sex offender, Jason Mccreary, was taken into custody the following day after the search of a vehicle parked in the 1100 block of Masseyville Road, where authorities said Mccreary was living. Another woman, 26-year-old Tiffany Sayer, was discovered last month in Highland County. In addition, let's see. Well, basically, this is what he had in the back of his trunk. Look at that. Look at that thing. I mean, an axe, a sledgehammer, a pickaxe, I think, a sword over here, a dagger, a battle axe, whatever the hell you call that thing, shovel. I mean, he's ready to kill, put the body in the car, dig holes, bury, and move on. You sort of wonder how many bodies this guy's left along the way here. So this is an Oregon, Coos Bay, Oregon article here. A man killed by an escort he met online is being investigated for possible links to unsolved disappearance or slayings of women nationwide, authorities said. Neal Falls of Springfield was carrying axes, a shovel, and bleach when he was killed July 18th, and authorities said Monday he had been stopped, interviewed, or investigated by police in at least 20 states. Isn't that crazy? He's been pulled over or interviewed in 20 states. Police say Falls was fatally shot as he attacked and choked the escort in Charleston, West Virginia, and she grabbed his handgun off the ground and fired it. Police found axes, knives, handcuffs, and shovels, bleach, and other items in Falls' car, raising suspicions this wasn't the first time he had attacked a woman. The fact that he was 45 years old and carrying tools like he was and committing a crime that was so organized and so violent, it's likely that this wasn't, that this was his first violent, it's unlikely that this was his first violent crime. Charleston Police Lieutenant Steve Cooper said, okay, that's the guy who said that. Cooper said Falls had a list of 10 other women. This is crazy. Listen to this shit right here. Falls had a list of 10 other women in his pocket. 9 were in West Virginia. So he was probably going to kill all 10 of these women and bury them and then, move on to another state. And here's the thing is, Neal Falls is 45 years old. That's kind of like in your twilight of your serial killer days, right? So how many people did he kill all around the country? He could be, it's weird because he could literally be the most prolific serial killer in history. We just don't know. Look at the list he had in his pocket there. Did he do that in all these other states too? Look at the escort service, pick out a bunch of names, and then he's just going to start calling them, and he's going to meet them somewhere, and then he's going to kill them, then he's going to put them in his car, then he's going to drive them somewhere, dig the ditch, bury them, and then move on. Let's see. The fact that he was 45 years old and carrying tools like he was and committing a crime that was so organized and so violent, it's unlike... Okay, they even mentioned that above, that he was 45, so they were thinking that same thing. Cooper said Falls had a list of 10 other women in his pocket. 9 were in West Virginia. 1 was in San Diego. Similar to the Charleston women, whom police are calling... the Charleston woman, who police are calling Heather, and they're calling her that because that's actually her first name. All were escorts, active online, he said. They are all alive, he said. So, this girl, Heather Saul is her name. She's actually a hero. She killed a guy that was going to be killing a lot of other people. Heather had a separated shoulder, broken vertebrae, strangulation marks around her throat, and other injuries. No history of major crimes in Falls records had surfaced. However, police said records show that authorities in states including Arizona, Kentucky, and Virginia had interactions with Falls, such as stopping him, running his license plate, or checking his social security number. We are sharing this information with law enforcement across the country in hopes that we may be able to help solve cold cases or bring closure to some families if Mr. Falls has been involved in anything like this before. Charleston police have notified Southern Nevada authorities, who said they are investigating Falls' possible involvement in a series of killings long believed to be connected. Police have said Falls rented a room in the Las Vegas suburb of Henderson when 4 prostitutes went missing in the area. In 3 cases, young women working as prostitutes went missing and were found dismembered on the side of a road. Henderson police spokeswoman Michelle French said they are checking into any possible Falls connection to the 2005 disappearance of 21-year-old Lindsay Harris. She was the subject of a massive search, and her family from central New York helped comb the desert area where her rental car was last seen 30 minutes from the Las Vegas Strip. The case appeared on an episode of America's Most Wanted. Leg parts were identified as hers through DNA testing 3 years after they were found off Interstate 55 near Springfield, Illinois. Las Vegas police confirmed they investigated the death of 25-year-old Misty Scenes, whose partial remains were wrapped in plastic and cloth and were found off a road near the Red Rock Canyon National Conservation Area in 2003. Oh yeah, well that'd be kind of interesting. Well, he would have been too young for that, though, Matt. I think those were back in the 70s. Or Matt Jen's mom. Matt and Jen's mom. Yeah, that's wild. North Las Vegas police said detectives are searching for 21-year-old Jessica Foster, who was reported missing from the Vegas suburb in 2006. A fourth woman was reported missing from Vegas in 2003, and her torso was found wrapped in plastic near the Nevada-California border. Cooper said Falls had many contacts with law enforcement across the country. He had been stopped and investigated by the police in upwards of 20 states. And that's pretty amazing to have actually been pulled over 20 times. What made him pull him over? I mean, you know, driving across country, it's weird that you'd get pulled over that many times. It seems like, to me anyways. Unless they were just, he had a different license plate and they just wanted to check him out. He said Charleston police have been communicating with authorities in the small southern Ohio city of Chillicothe, where 4 women died in suspicious circumstances and 2 others are missing. I mean, so they're just all over this guy, trying to figure it out. Now, this one is also from an Oregon newspaper. Yeah, I think that's a lot of duplication there. And there you go. He just looks like a total, like a Gomer, right? Like, just a. Have you ever noticed, like, sometimes serial killers, they look so generic that they just sort of blend in. Like, this guy looks like just Jim, right? Yeah. A man toting axes, a shovel, and bleach when he was killed by a female escort he met online had been stopped, interviewed, or investigated by 20 different times. West Virginia authorities are trying to circulate information. Yep. I think this basically just repeats a lot of that stuff. But look at the back of that car. That's what it looked like. Just filled. A shovel, sledgehammers. Total, absolute kill kit right there. Okay, so here's some of the... This is the girl right here. Oh, I gotta fix the... hold on.
Charleston. We first told you this story back in July. A suspected serial killer who had the tables turned on him, killed by a woman he was about to make his next victim. What you haven't seen or heard before is what we're about to show you. News Channel 3's Taylor Eaton with her exclusive investigation of what really happened and what it looked like.
And he was just squeezing so tight, I didn't think I was going to live through it.
Heather Saul had a choice: kill or be killed by the stranger at her door.
I opened the door and he put the gun I opened the door, he put the gun in my chest, and he said, live or die. That's the first thing he said.
This is police interrogation video never seen publicly that WSAZ exclusively obtained. Heather Saul detailing the moment she encountered a suspected serial killer.
I'm sorry that I killed him. I didn't mean to kill him. I didn't want to kill no one. And I seen the gun, I grabbed it out, but went like this and popped.
The man she killed, Neal Falls.
Yeah.
He's now linked to at least...
Yeah, she's an absolute hero. She, as I said earlier, she saved the lives of probably every single woman that was on that list, and any other future states he might have traveled to with another list.
6 women's deaths, but could be tied to dozens of others in 9 different states. Something Heather didn't know when she met him online and agreed to meet at her apartment on 6th Street in Charleston back on July 18th.
Oh, 6th Street in Charleston. Hey, there we go. Let me try that. Yeah, I didn't have any information on that before. I didn't hear that. So this is 6th Street. God, I wonder if it was right there on that plot. Hold on, let me... Thanks, Miley Harmon.
Thanks to Heather. Here's to the badass woman.
No, it's just... Yeah, this is cool. I didn't even have the street before. Let me just try to find this really fast. I'm just trying to use my memory of what it looked like in my head. I don't know if it continues on. Let's see. Yeah, I don't know if that's it, but let me go back to the at least we know it's on 6th Street now. I got that.
Been in prison for a long time.
Something Heather didn't know when she met him online and agreed to meet at her apartment on 6th Street in Charleston back on July 18th.
He said, I'm going to prison for a long time, and it's your choice whether it's for rape or murder. I just knew he was going to kill me. The first thing he did was grab my throat, and he just...
Yeah, we'll find it. Yeah, that's all I needed. It's a pretty big city.
He said, I'm going to call the orders, and you're going to be quiet.
Then... the life or death moment. During a violent struggle, Falls began choking her.
He choked me real bad. I remember digging like anything I could, like I remember in his mouth. Because he was like right here and he was just squeezing so tight I didn't think I was going to live through it.
Heather reached for anything she could. She grabbed a rake and that's when her would-be killer made his fatal mistake. He put the gun down to grab the rake and then...
I just went like that and just shot and I seen it.
Wow, what a great move, man.
I
That
was
great.
like either...
Right over her head.
He hasn't shot me yet,
Awesome.
but either he's going to kill me because he's not letting me breathe at all. And I just knew he was going to kill me.
WSAZ also exclusively obtained...
Like, that's actually him after he was shot. I wonder what that... Oh, that must have been like a lead they put on to see if he was alive or something. I don't know what that is.
police photos of the crime scene and the victim. Some of them too graphic to show on TV. What we can show you is this, the aftermath of that violent struggle. Items thrown all around, chairs.
Well, if you're buffering, you have to just change your the quality using the gear shift, because I'm not having any issues on my end at all. It says excellent connection. See right there. Boom, excellent connection.
Overturned, and the bullet that would ultimately kill Neal Falls. But it wasn't what police found inside Heather's home that caught them off guard. Rather, outside, in a car filled with things you'd only see in a horror movie. This is exclusive video of what
Or a landscaper, but yeah.
police call a serial killer kit.
Mr. Falls had firearm, handcuffs. He had the ability to kill, maim, and disable, and keep prisoner, if necessary, any victim that he had ran across. So with the...
Hey, can you send me an email or something, Orion, with the crime scene photos? Because I was looking around for them and I couldn't find any.
The machete, the cutting instruments, large cache of trash bags and bleach. You know, and plus he had a tub that you would fit in. There was a large tub in his vehicle with a lid on it that most women could fit into. So I don't know what his full intentions were. It's pretty clear that they were bad.
As Heather sat at the police station in silence, alone, she tried to process what just happened. Then her mother and sister arrive.
Who is this guy? Oh. Who is this guy? Oh, no. I've never seen him before today. And I got it. Went off. I couldn't believe that.
Yeah. I don't want to just keep playing it because, you know, I'm trying to analyze it. It's not my video.
I went like this and talked.
You're watching video WSAZ exclusively obtained of Heather Saul detailing a split-second decision that police say saved her life and possibly others. Neal Falls, the man she shot and killed inside her home, is now linked to at least 6 women's deaths in 2 states.
Got it. I wouldn't be shocked if he was dozens and dozens and dozens, you know. It just seems like he was so used to getting his way. He's 45 years old. These people usually start doing this shit when they're in their 20s. He's been in 20 states all around the country. Those are the states he was arrested in. So he's been everywhere. He probably even I bet he's been in all of them. That might even have been one of his goals. It says he was an electrician or something, but was he I mean, why was he in all those states? It's crazy. Yeah, so let me try to... There it is right there. See, that's what it looks like. Right there. See, it's got the orange building with the steps on it. Apparently this is off of 6th Street. Okay, right there. That 6? What street is that? That's still 6th right there. Is it still 6th over here? That's 5th. Okay. Hello. I don't know what he is. That's weird. I don't see that exact building. Does it keep going this way? Over here, maybe? Yeah, it just kind of ends right there. Maybe it continues. No, those are all named over there. So it should be right in this area. Just don't see anything that looks exactly like that. I mean, let me try it one more time, going slowly this direction. Trying to find one. I was like up in a tall building there. I'm gonna guess right here at this. There might be a house right in the middle of it, right between there. There is. It's pure luck. Ah, man, that would have been sweet. But I was thinking maybe it was right there, but it wasn't there. Oh, what's that? The article? 601 what? What are you guys talking about? It said 6th Street. It said 6th Street, not 6. What do you mean 601? What are you talking about? 601 what? 6th Street? 601 6th Street? Oh, okay. Let's try that. I wonder if that's it right there, maybe. Like that house. And then they painted that, maybe. Let me just take a look at that again. So it's flat with a, there's another shot of it. And there's stairs on the side. That's backwards. Yeah, I don't see what you guys are talking about. What do you mean you saw 601 in the picture? In here? Where did you see 601? What are you talking about? Oh man, you guys are seeing creatures in the clouds. Yeah, it's not in there. It's not in there. I don't know where you saw that. In here? Yeah, I looked for the orange building. I didn't see it. That's what I was looking for. That's what I was doing. Oh, God. Now it's a background blended graphic. Okay, yeah. Okay, it's not in that one. There's no nothing in that one. Maybe it's in a side shot.
Choking her. He held a gun in
nothing in that one.
one hand and held her by the throat with the other.
You guys are crazy. Okay. It's not there.
He put the gun down to get the rake out of my hand, and I just grabbed it and shot.
See, what's weird is she's standing somewhere else now. Because
that one shot hit Saul's head, killing him. Heather ran out of the house and flagged down a neighbor who called 911.
Yeah, I think you guys are seeing things. It's not there. You guys are seeing things.
He began strangling the latest victim in her home. Mark Albert is in Washington.
And I just showed you what there was not. It wasn't at 6:01.
Good morning. Investigators tell us Falls drove to the woman's house after seeing her ad
I know you can
on
swear,
the popular
but
escort site Backpage.com.
you'd have to tell me where it was, or it
The
doesn't
woman said
exist.
Falls walked in and asked if she wanted to live or die.
He was going to shoot me.
Is it in
He
this
was
clip
gonna
here,
kill
though?
me.
Heather, who doesn't want to give her last name, says minutes after she opened the door to her Charleston, West Virginia home, Neal Falls began choking her. He held a gun in one hand and held her by the throat with the other. Heather quickly grabbed a rake in self-defense.
He put the gun down to get the rake out of my hand, and I just grabbed it and shot.
Oh, now it's 800 block.
That one shot hit Falls in the head, killing him. Heather ran out of the house and flagged down a neighbor who called 911.
She had to defend herself, and she.
Well, that was the only other one. Well, it wasn't in that one. I think we've got some, like, delusional people in here. Sorry, guys. Gray, I really did. I really did. Okay, well, if you can't point it out, then it doesn't exist. Okay, 800 6th Street. Let's see if it's on here. Nope, don't see it. My God. Right. 1 plus 1. Ah, man. Was it in the first clip? I want to see if what you guys were looking at. Okay, when you keep typing in 800 block, okay, you read on Google, therefore it's 100% true. All right, let's see. This is the 800. Where's the 900 block? So we can know where to focus. Okay, so it's in this block right here somewhere. That's what Google said. What do you mean? It was a little tiny garden rake, Nancy. So it's not an elephant in the room. That's you being really sort of like conspiratorial, okay? It's not an elephant in the room. It was a little tiny gardening rake, okay? It was just happened to be sitting there. Yikes. All right, let's see. Yeah, so I don't even think it was on 800 here either. I don't see anything that looks anything like that house. Oh, wait, it's 601. I saw it. No, there's no 601 on the door. We've looked at it 50 times already. Look at that, my God! There's a gardening rake on there, and gardening stuff. What a psycho! Oh! Never mind. I don't think it's weird to have it's not really, it's a tiny little place. So it's not really that strange.
And that's when Falls made his fatal mistake. He
Yeah, if
put
I
the
could
gun
send you
down
guys to
and
jail, I'd
grabbed the
do it.
rake. And then
I went like that and just shot.
much of Neal Falls'
What a
45
psycho.
years of
She
life
grabbed that rake. Wait there. Wait with that. Hold on. Oh, these are where he lived. Ah.
Send them all to jail. Great tears of joy.
That was Neal Falls. Oh, it's 800th block of 601 on the Garden Rake. On Garden Rake Road, right, Zozo? So on Garden Rake Road, on the 800th block of 601. Okay, yes. That makes all the sense in the world now. Thank you, Zozo. Thank you, Miss Skis. Send them all to jail, Gray.
800th block 601 on the Garden Rake.
On Garden Rake Road.
Who pulled Falls over
Now
just
look at that.
11 days
See, that's actually Falls on one of the times he was pulled over. Isn't that crazy? Look at that, right there.
before he died. You can only see his face briefly.
You still at the same address?
He just looks like a total, as Ada would say, a Chad.
Here in Oregon?
Nope. I'm actually don't know where I'm headed or where I'm going right
2015.
now. I don't know where my next stop is.
Okay, you just living out your...
See, look how weird he sounds, too. Listen to his voice here. Listen. Like, I don't know where the next stop.
Briefly.
You still at the same address here in Oregon?
Nope. I'm actually don't know where I'm headed or where I'm going right now.
Where at now?
I don't know where my next stop is.
Okay, you just living...
I mean, have you ever heard a 45-year-old person sound like that in your life? Oh, I don't know it.
Briefly.
You still at the same address here in Oregon?
Nope. I'm actually don't know where I'm headed or where I'm
He says he doesn't even know where he's heading, but he's back in Oregon at this time.
going right now.
Where at now?
I don't know where my next stop is.
Okay.
I don't know where my next stop is. Oh my God, Gray, you sound just like him. I know, but
Look at
you can
Susie
see
B.
him on the
last
screen. I'm
comment.
right here.
Okay, you just living out your vehicle?
Till I get to West Virginia.
We've also...
Do you hear what he said? He goes, till I get to West Virginia. So that's crazy, right? That was on his trip just before getting there. Hear that right at the end? He says, before I get to West Virginia.
Nope. I'm actually don't know where I'm headed or where I'm going right now.
Where at now?
I don't know where my next stop is.
Okay, you just living out your vehicle?
Till I get to West Virginia.
Weird, huh?
We've also obtained police photos of the crime scene in West Virginia and the victim. Some are too graphic to show, but we can show you items thrown off.
I'm still waiting to see 601 somewhere.
There was a large tub in his vehicle with a lid on it that most women could fit into.
Investigators say they believe Heather wasn't the only one Falls tried to kill on his trip from Oregon to West Virginia. He's a suspect in Nevada, where several escorts were dismembered. Falls is possibly linked to other murders, including 2 in Texas. Investigators believe Falls' work may go back years and be connected to dozens of other women's murders.
Look, if it ends up there's a 601 somewhere, I'll concede, okay? I just haven't seen it yet.
In as many as 9 states.
Okay, now let's try this one more time. In this one. I'm going to slowly scrub through it. This is the other one. He had a Eugene driver's license. Yeah, let's try this one.
Mother, who doesn't want to give her last name, says minutes after she opened the door to her Charleston, West Virginia
I don't
home,
see it.
Neal Falls began choking. After she opened the door to her Charleston, West Virginia home.
Do not It says right here, do not disturb. Just written. That's funny. There's a, well, it's a paper underneath the screen there.
Home, Neal Falls began choking her. He held a gun in one hand and held her by the
Michelle
throat with the other.
Nicholas.
Heather quickly grabbed a rake in self.
What do you mean the very beginning? What are you talking about? The very beginning of this one? All right, let's try it.
After a possible
When you say very beginning, what are you referring to? This clip here or the...
serial killer went after a West Virginia woman. She's
All
alive
right, I hope you guys
and
get
he's
it.
dead. 45-year-old Neal Falls could be connected to a string of murders. The police are investigating in Ohio, Illinois, and Nevada. Police say he began strangling the latest victim in her home. Mark Albert is in Washington with her dramatic escape. Mark, good morning.
Good morning. Investigators
I think
tell
these
us
guys
Falls
are trying to
drove
troll
the
me.
woman's house after
Beginning
seeing
of the
her
video,
ad
beginning of the
on
video.
the popular escort site Backpage.com.
Oh, forget
When he arrived, the woman said,
You mean this one way over here?
Good evening, I'm Tim here in Huntington.
I'm Amanda Barron in Charleston. We first told you this story back in July. A suspected serial killer who had the tables turned on him, killed by a woman he was about to make his next victim. What you haven't seen or heard before is what we're about to show you. News Channel 3's Taylor Eaton with her exclusive investigation of what really happened and what it looked like.
And he was just squeezing so
What do you mean
tight,
go all the way
I
in the
didn't think
door?
I was going to live through it.
Heather Saul had a
Intro
choice:
graphic. Oh, come
kill
on.
or be killed by the stranger at her door.
I opened the door.
This intro graphic?
Good evening, I'm Tim here in Huntington.
I'm Amanda Barron in
There is
Charleston.
no intro.
We first told you this story back in July. A suspected serial killer
I think Susie B needs to go get some glasses. They sell some cheap ones over at Rite Aid.
who had the tables
Foster Grants. They're not too bad.
turned on him, killed by a woman he was about to make his next victim. What you haven't seen or heard before
505 Patrick Street now, even though they said 6th Street? No, I was already there. I went there earlier. You just looked their name up. No, I'm not trusting you because I went there and it's not the right one. I've been there. I looked at it. You found it on her profile online. That's not the right place. Nice try, though. Nice try. I mean, I trust you, but that's not correct. That is one of her addresses, though. Okay? Thank you. They said it was on 6th Street, right? Everybody heard it. No, it's not there, Susie B. Sorry about that. You haven't told me where it is or anything, and I don't want to keep playing the same video over and over and over again.
is what we're about to show you.
So you're
News
saying
Channel
it's the
3's
beginning of
Taylor
this
Eaton
right here,
with her
right?
exclusive investigation of what really happened and what it looked like.
And he was just squeezing so tight, I didn't think I was going to.
Which video? Look down below. There's 3 clips. Is it this one here? No, I'm not trying those. Sorry.
I didn't think I was going to live through it.
I've already tried all
Heather Saul
those. They're
had a
not the right
choice:
ones.
kill or be killed by the stranger at her door.
I opened the door and he put the gun. I opened the door and he
Right.
put the gun in my
They
chest.
said off
and
of
he
6th
said,
Street.
"Live or
That's
die."
where I'm at.
That's the first thing he said.
This is police interrogation video never seen publicly that WSAZ
Well, this is the first
exclusively
one.
obtained. Heather Saul detailing the moment she encountered a suspected serial killer.
I'm sorry that I killed him. I didn't mean to kill him. I didn't want to kill no one.
But you got to keep in mind, I have
and
to look at
seen
the
gun, I
chat.
grabbed it out and went like this and popped.
I guess it's possible it pops up, but I haven't seen it.
The man she killed, Neal Falls. He's now linked to at least 6 women's deaths, but could be tied to dozens of others in 9 different states. Something Heather didn't
One
know
of the
when she
first
met
now?
him online and agreed to meet at her apartment on
Oh,
6th Street in
That does say
Charleston
right
back
there.
on
I see
July
the background
18th.
there. I see in the
He
background.
said,
Right, hold on. Let's see. Does that exist right now? I wonder if that was just sort of a, like a... So 601 6th Street. I wonder if that's just a, what do you call it, a B-roll footage. You know, because there's no house that looks like that there. See that? When you go to 601 there, 6th Street, there's nothing there. But yes, your vision was good. It's just that when we looked up 601, it wasn't there. It's not the right spot, so I don't know how to explain it to you. Plus second and fourth to the power of 10th. Oh my God, you're right, Robin Frost. I know, I paused it on there. Susie B. It said it's supposedly on 6th Street, but if it was 601 6th Street, this is where it was supposed to be, and there's nothing there. Oh, and you can't even get in there. Let's see.
It's 456th Street plus 2nd and 4th to the power of 10 in Greenland, guys.
That's right, Robin Frost. That's right. Maybe it's like 601 something else. They said it was off of 6th Street. But it does say 601. And that does say 6th Street right there. But, here, let me go back in time. See if it has any. Let's see if we can go back to, oh, look at that. That's September 2015 right there. Same time. I just don't see... Where's the big orange building with the side on it? I don't see it. So they probably just had that in there as a like B-roll footage or something. Let me just check one more thing by looking at that. So there's that.
.601 is the perfect place to hide a body.
Yeah, so that's her door there, and I didn't see that same design either. Perfect place to hide a body, huh? So you guys are right, you saw the 601. It's just that when we looked at 601, when I believed what you were saying, it's not the right place. Because that big orange building isn't there. And like this building, look at it. Wow. This thing right here, where the hell is that building? I mean, it's a big orange building. And it has a fire escape on the side, 2 stories. It's long. yeah, it doesn't mean a damn thing. It's just always good to have it mapped out though, Susie B. Alright. I always like to have everything mapped out, and I can't find. Look, like in this area, there's no building that's as big as that one. So it's like, God, what a nightmare. Well, I don't know. Anyways, let's go back to, I got more stuff to be looking at here. Yeah, so this is him on Wikipedia here. Neal Martin Falls. After entering Saul's residence, Falls held her at gunpoint. Actually, let me, there's another article down here. I think it was this one. See, there's a good picture of him right there. Look at that. But these are sketches of other people. I mean, that have, you know, described the killer. And look, there's a similarity there. You know, they never look just like somebody. Ooh, let's do a side-by-side. Let's do a side-by-side. Yes, but Susie B., your vision's good. Mine must suck. All right, a second. There was one of these articles here had the it had her written description of everything she was saying, and I don't see it now though, unfortunately. Oh, here it is. Is it? Yeah. So this is when she was being interrogated, but it says down here, let me read it. Robin Frost. Thank you. It says, he was squeezing so tight, I didn't think I was going to live through it, Saul said. I opened the door, and he put the gun to my chest and said, live or die. That's the first thing he said. Let's see. Exclusively obtained. I'm sorry that I killed him. I didn't mean to kill him. I didn't want to kill no one. I saw the gun and grabbed it and went like this, and it popped. Now, you should admit that you shot him. Not, you know, don't worry about the, oh, it just went off, you know. He said, I'm going to prison. He said, I'm going to prison for a long time, and it's your choice whether it's rape or murder, Saul said. Oh, wow. So he was already saying that they were going to, like, catch him. He said, I'm going to prison for a long time, and it's your choice whether it's rape or murder. I just knew he was going to kill me. First thing he did was grab my throat. Man, I wonder if he used that all the time on everybody. Man, what a scary freaking line that is. Man. Because you're probably thinking, oh, okay, yeah, I'll take... And he was going to kill him regardless. I bet there's no rapes out there where he just let them go. There was probably people that escaped. Or maybe early on, maybe. I don't know. Then it was life or death moment. During a violent struggle, Falls began choking her. He choked me really real bad. I remember digging at anything I could. He was squeezing so tight, I didn't think I was going to live through it. Heather reached for anything she could. She grabbed a rake, and that's when her would-be killer made his fatal mistake. He put the gun down to grab the rake, and then I just went like that and just shot. WSAZ also exclusively obtained police photos of the crime scene and the victim. Some of them were too graphic. Let's see. I just went like that. Mr. Falls had a firearm, handcuffs. He had the ability to kill, maim, and disable and keep prisoner, if necessary, any victim he had run across, said Lieutenant Steve Cooper. With the machete and the cutting instrument, large cache of trash bags and bleach, plus he had a tub that you would fit in. There was a large tub in the vehicle with a lid on it that most women could fit into. I don't know what his full intentions were. It's pretty clear that they were bad. Who is this guy? Said Heather's sister. I don't know him, said Heather Saul. I've never seen him before today. When that gun went off, I couldn't believe he had the gun pointed at me that long. I couldn't believe it. I don't understand. Maybe it wasn't meant for you to understand. That man did what he did. Investigators say they believe Heather wasn't the only one Falls tried to kill on his trip to Oregon to West Virginia. Right, yeah. Let's see. Man shot dead in West Virginia. So that's July 27th, but it happened on the 18th. So I'm going to try... July 18th. To maybe the 20th. Try to narrow this down. I think they kind of kept that story kind of quiet for a little bit. Okay, that's July 22nd right there. And this is in the Daily Mail. Oh, here we go. You see, that's what one thing you gotta like about Daily Mail is they have better images. That house looks totally different there, and that actually looks like... I wonder if they were showing the back door on that one shot. And now we've got that building, that is the orange building, and we've got this building with a fence around it. Good for Daily Mail. Alright. Look at that. That's way better right there. So hold on. Yeah, now you can hear. And this, that does look like the image that had the 601 on it. See? So you kind of wonder if that was the back side of it. And that looks like the main street. So now I'm going to have to check this out. Do this a little bit. Although it does say 601. Man, that building should be really easy just to see. All right, let's see. Let's see how close we are to the spot. Somebody just put in the... Yeah, that didn't work. Your coordinates don't work. And those coordinates don't work in the United States because you have the wrong numbers in there. The 38's not right. It's usually like 10 something or... Yeah, they're going nuts. See, now the goal is just to find it. Yeah, Blue makes that sound the whole time. And it's usually because Chloe just bugs the hell out of him. Bites him in the ass, bites him in the legs, bites him in the ass, bites him in the legs. That's right. Good boy, Blue. I support that.
Good boy, Blue, get her.
Good boy, Blue, get her. Yeah, well, apparently it's supposed to be down here in this end, but I don't see it. Normally things just pop out, you know, you can just pick a landmark and boom, but yeah. So it must be the back side. Yeah, that makes sense. Because now the orange building is on the right, so the other shot must have been from the back, and that's probably where, you know, I don't know if he was trying to escape there. But let's just see if we can find anywhere where there's a little fence like that. Yeah, you're, well, it's 8:08 now. Oh, yeah, maybe. Hold on. Let's see. Let me see if that looks about right. Oh, it's just right, it turned around on the other side of the street. So the images we were seeing, would ever be able to see because they're through the trees there. But yes, that looks like it's it right there. So not 800, not 601. It's 808. So it wasn't, see, you had 801 and you had 601, but it's actually 808. Okay? See what a shit show that was, everybody? That's hilarious. Nobody was right other than who was that? Daisy? Daisy P? Come on, Chloe, Blue. Neal Fall. That sounds like a serial killer. Killed by Heather Saul. Yeah. That's weird. That'd be a hard one to ever find because the image that they put in that one article or video, watch. So you'd have to have had the front side of it to know. So if we'd pulled this Daily Mail up article, it might have clicked quicker. But like, look at that. That's the back side of the building. So that's what they were showing. And I just thought it looked like a like a, what do you call it? A manufactured home or something. And that's weird because it did say 601 at some point on one of these stills, but that wasn't accurate. I'm not sure what the deal was with that. And this is a 2011 Street View here. So, wow, just inside that little house right there. Boom. Yeah. That doesn't look like a house right there, though, does it? Maybe an apartment? What's going on? Yeah, sorry, I'm just trying to look at stuff up here real quick. But yeah, so I guess Cairo might be interviewing somebody. I won't tell you who it might be, but he's going to try to anyways. But hey, good teamwork there. We got the 601 that didn't exist in real life, but it shows up on the video. And then somebody said it was on the 800 block. But then when I was looking at that, that didn't look like the picture that we'd seen. And then we pulled up the Daily Mail article, which had a way better photograph. And then we were giving 808, and then it turned out that that was the location. Yeah. I wonder where the 601 came from. Weird, huh? Oh yeah, I gotta see. I do have the glasses on from Rite Aid. Okay. Yeah, so it was an interesting night. We had the updates are that Melani Pawlowski is crazy. Okay, that's she wrote a letter. Absolutely crazy. Madison Bell isn't the feel-good story at all that I had hoped it was. It turns out it was. I don't know what the hell's going on, but apparently she went with the family, Cody and the mom, all the way back to Florida. So whatever that one guy is I'm not even sure what that was all about. Were they just doing it to make money or what? And then I discussed how I think that the Atlanta shooting was absolutely ridiculously overcharged, and as a matter of fact, there probably really shouldn't have been a charge whatsoever, but they were doing it for political reasons to try to avoid having a riot, and also that the one guy, the district attorney's running to be reelected again, and he's a joke. Okay, because 1 month before, he told everybody how a stun gun is a lethal, or let's see, it was, yeah, lethal weapon. And then during this event, he said it wasn't. And then we talked about Neal Fall. It might be kind of fun to try to figure out. I mean, it'd be neat to have his itinerary. What were the months, those 20 times that he was pulled over in those states, when were those? And then also what was there anybody missing that were prostitutes in those areas? Because that's his MO, right? Like, he calls up call girls or whatever, meets them at a certain place, and then he kills them. Okay? And like I've said a million times, is prostitutes are very vulnerable to serial killers, because not only does society, they don't, they're not covered as vigorously, those cases, and they're deemed, they do put themselves into dangerous situations. Yeah. Yeah, he had that weird voice, this guy, didn't he? Well, hey, Slingshot T. It is in Atlanta, in Georgia. So look it up, okay? Thank you. Jesus. As a matter of fact, that district attorney, the same guy who pressed these ridiculous charges against those officers, the same guy, just a month before, used it as a deadly weapon to prove his case in that one. And then he switched it for this one. He's an idiot. He's an embarrassment to everything that's, you know, it. Yeah. He's a joke, this district attorney, okay? Or prosecutor, whatever the hell you want to call him. It just can be used where it's not lethal, yeah. They deem it as such, though, when non-trained people maybe use it or something. Are you talking to me? What do you mean, what do you mean? I don't really want to interview her. Oh, I don't really care if she did something on a live show. I just wanted to give you the update that there was new information. It was all just a joke. She was never abused or anything like that. Okay, well, it doesn't matter if you know, on a little, they can be deadly if you get hit in the chest with one. Okay, they're deemed one if they're used probably by, I mean, I don't know. All I know is I heard the same prosecutor use it as a deadly weapon in an argument. Then he switched it, and if you look, and then I was watching a show that went over the law, and it did sound like they were saying that it's a deadly weapon in the state of Georgia, and there you go. So it's probably like if a random person picked it up, it's a deadly weapon, and that's exactly what you have in this case, where a total idiot, okay? Whatever this guy was, everything was going fine. He was complying with everything the police officers were saying, and that's what everybody should be doing, is when an officer tells you to do something, you just do it. You don't have to be brave and be a big hero and do all this shit. And then he started attacking the police officers. He even punched one in the face. Then they were on the ground. He was stronger than they were. He was able to actually acquire one of the stun guns. And then he was running. Then he turned and fired the stun gun at one of the officers. And then he got shot. And people go, wow, why did he get shot? Because he's an idiot. I mean, why are you doing this when when a cop tells you to put your hands behind your back, just put your damn hands behind your back. That's just the way it is, okay? I don't know where it got to the point where people thought that they could not do it. What are you talking about, Tanya? What case are you referring to there? I mean, I've been pulled over by cops where I just hated the guy. He was just an asshole. Okay, but I still did everything that they said. Yeah, I might have had a couple words like, oh, wow, you had nothing better to do today or something. You know, stupid shit like that. But I wouldn't go, fuck you, man, fuck you, you know, it's so ludicrous. And anytime you don't comply and you start fighting an officer, your chance of being hurt or killed go up astronomically. I just don't understand why anybody's really... I'm not even talking to you, Slingshot. What made you think I was talking to you? I was talking about this earlier. Yeah, well, maybe it didn't affect you like it does other people. I've seen other people hit with stun guns and their whole body's convulsing all over the place. So you might just be somebody that doesn't get affected by them as much as other people. So just don't base your whole life on, and your opinion on something, on how it was for you. That's one of the problems. A lot of people. What are you talking about? I've been replying to a whole bunch of comments, Slingshot. You got about 2 more stupid comebacks, and boom, you're out of here. Okay. Jesus Christ. Now listen. What I'm just telling you right now that some people get when they get hit by a stun gun, they, you see them, they just start running. They're still moving around like it didn't even affect them. Okay? There's other people that get hit by stun guns. They fall to the ground and they convulse all over the place, right? Yes. Okay. Yeah, that was from the earlier comment, Slingshot. My God. Then I just started talking. I mean, I don't know if you're on a huge delay or something like that. I have no idea. Yeah, I think he got hit in the head, too. Like, he had a... I don't know who got the concussion, if it was he had one or he gave one to the guy he punched. I don't know. Yeah, Slingshot T, because you don't. Just because you've been tased and it didn't affect you doesn't mean it doesn't affect other people differently. Do you got that? Jesus. Man. Yeah, I'm acting like you don't know how a taser works on everybody else, and I'm correct, you're not. Just because it affected you differently doesn't mean a damn thing, okay? So you can go ahead and go around, take the stun gun and start shooting all these people with it, and go, look, it didn't affect me. I'm sorry it made you wiggle around. That just means you're weak. Go ahead, don't test it on people. Let's see if it works. Yeah. Ridiculous. I mean, it's like he's not even paying attention to what anybody's saying. Basically, he came in here to tell how cool and tough he is because he survived a taser and it doesn't affect him at all. When everybody knows, they've seen the videos where people get hit by a taser and they're totally incapacitated on the ground, wiggling around, then they finally take them off, okay? So, yes, it doesn't affect you the same, but to sit there and tell everybody how it's not a dangerous weapon, it means nothing. Now, I'm not going to remove him, because he's just one of those people that thinks he's right. Let's see. Right, it's the same thing, like, when people say, man, I would have never left my kid in a hot car. I never would have let my kid in a hot car because I would never do that. I'm so much better than everybody. Yeah. Well, yet it still happened to somebody. No, I'm not on defense at all, Slingshot. I'm on the offense and won. You're incorrect. All right? That's just the truth of it. But here's what you should do is create your own YouTube channel and spend 14 hours telling everybody how stun guns don't do shit because when it hit me, it didn't bother me a bit. No, I'm telling you that what you said, I'm ridiculing what you said about how they're not dangerous at all because when I got hit by one, it didn't affect me at all. Jesus, what a dumb comment. Yeah. That's like somebody that's like 600 pounds gets shot with a .22 pistol, goes right in, and they didn't even notice they were shot till the next day. And they go, see, they're not dangerous. Yeah. Yeah, that's what it was about. The incident they were talking about in Atlanta was, I think some officer got hit with a taser. It was taken from him by a criminal, and then he was hit by it and then fell backwards onto and hit his head or something. Well, I'm not mad either, Slingshot. I'm just telling you, I think what you said is ludicrous. I mean, I understand that that's your experience, so I'm not taking away from you that happened to you, but to sort of generalize the weapon because of the effect on you is just not good. Hey, all right, Jolene M. Yeah. Hey, I can say what I want, just spell my name right. You can say what you want to spell my name right. Yeah, you guys ever watch the show Modern Family? Have you ever seen that? Put a 1 if you've seen the show Modern Family. Man, you guys must be on a huge delay. Yeah. Okay, good. Well, you don't have to put a 1. Well, anyways, the guy on Modern Family... well, here, I'll show you. Just a second. That's pretty funny. Yeah, this guy right here. Oh, you can't see it yet. Let me switch screens. Ty Burrell right here. That's what I remember. This guy right here, he and I were best friends at U of O, and it was like, it's such shitty timing, but it was for 6 months. We were in the same dorm, and we did everything together, and he's not even acting when he's doing the show. See, that's the funny part, is the way he is on the show is exactly how he is in real life. I've told it before, but we went fishing one time, and I caught this. Just me and him. I was fly fishing underneath the I-5 bridge, and I caught this huge, like 19-inch native rainbow, and he had to go back into the dorm, and he. So I said, "Hey, can you take the fish?" And then I sort of watched him walking back with the fish, and he fell into the water, and he came back up, and all he had was the head of the fish in his hands. I mean, that's like right out of the show. It was amazing. And here's something that was really weird is, see, we were like really best friends, and he was a business major, and then that's right when my brother died. Literally, right during the time we were just doing everything, my brother died, and then I just sort of went into the shell, and then he actually ended up leaving the school, and then he actually moved back to Ashland, Oregon. Then he started acting. But what was weird is he and I used to go through the dorm and do skits together. You know how I do my voices and everything? Like, he and I would go to all the different rooms, and we might have had a little bit of something to drink, or maybe a little bit of a pot or something at the time, but we would go door to door and do this whole thing, these skits where he'd be somebody and I'd be somebody, and man, it was the greatest time. And I think that is actually what switched him from being a business major to doing acting, because I think he just thought it was so fun. We had so much fun doing it. And the weirdest thing is, later in life, I tried to find him, and I couldn't find him. And I had already watched the show Modern Family, right? I'd already seen it, but there was that one character always looked familiar to me. I was like, God, what? I've seen him before. It was weird. So then I was looking him up, and then I saw we went to like Pennsylvania, some sort of acting school. He was a teacher there or something. And then it said that he was on the show Modern Family, and then his name was Ty Burrell on the show, or that's what he uses now, but it was Tyler. That's what we called him, Tyler, right? So he goes by Ty Burrell now. But it was just so weird that I'd already seen the show a couple times, and yeah, he's a great actor. The thing is he's not really acting too much though. That's kind of how he is. Is Modern Family still on, or is it over? And I've emailed him a few times. He said, hey, if you're ever in L.A., I guess he has a place out in Utah somewhere, but I don't know. I just, I mean, it was so cool. He was the one friend that I had that was just, it was so great. It was weird, you know. And it sucked that it was just crappy timing for my life. Oh, it ended. Wow, I didn't know that. And one of my favorite episodes is one of the earlier ones where he's in a bar. I think it's on Valentine's Day with his wife. You know, and he's pretending to be Ned Ryerson. No, what was he? Not Ned Ryerson. That was from different. But he was he sold something like electric conducers or some shit like that. I don't even remember, but it's such a funny episode. And that right there was the episode that I went, oh my God, that's exactly how he was. Just total impromptu, funny shit. So, anyways, that's a little story from my life. Real thing, too. Absolutely real. Are you guys still to see my show? For some reason, oh, there it is. It was weird. I couldn't find my the program there. But yeah, that's exactly what he looked like. He was a little bit. This right here is almost exactly how I remember him. He was a little heavier though. Like back in college, he was a linebacker in football at where I think he was from a little town called Applegate, if I remember. And he's actually the one that taught me how to rap. Can you believe that shit? I mean, I know it's hard to believe. But he, you know, just in that little time, he influenced my life quite a bit. You know? Like, he taught me how to rap. So, he looked a little bit like that, but he weighed a little bit more because he was a football player. But that's exactly what he doesn't look anything different at all. Yeah. Yeah, I tried to tell him. I'll do the one that he told me that he taught me. Yeah, I've been doing this true crime thing for quite a while now, and during this whole time, I don't know if I can not see one person. I don't know if this beat works though. Let's see. Let's see. Oh yeah, that's right. That is a crime dissector.
Just got here. Can I get a recap?
No, you can't. No, you can't. Hurry up.
Crime dissector.
Oh, that's my rap. Okay, let me get the actual music. Just a second. This one. This is the rap he taught me. I'm gonna see if I can do it with this one. The rumor going around about me and the crew about something we did or supposed to do. You might not have heard it, or maybe you have, but when I first heard it, all of it was flat. I used to get angry and all uptight, but you can say what you want to spell my name right, cause all I'm ever guilty of is rocking the house. But that's not what the rumor was all about, cause if you ask for it in, tell all your friends, and if you don't wait till you see me again, this way I can hear it from the horse's mouth, and right then and there we can straighten it out. You got a big mouth, big mouth. Yeah, that was it. That was the one. That's funny. Yeah, went right with that one. But yeah, he taught me that one. Took him a long time because I kind of sucked. I didn't really know how to do it. Yeah. Well, that was him. He taught me that one. That's the one I did on in the rap battle I had with Straight Drop. Straight Drop. Yeah. Yeah, it was weird when I found out about that story. I was just, when I saw him on there and I realized that, I was like, wow, that's incredible. You know? It's weird. He was in a fraternity, and and the thing is, we were both not going to join fraternities, but then after my brother died, like I said, I went into a shell. Then he sort of joined his, I joined mine. I was just down and out for a long time, and we just kind of went our separate ways. I got a hold of him a couple times after that, but it was interesting. I haven't really had any trolls that I would call trolls. Oh, got the double whammy. Hey, thanks, Cairo. Yeah, I try to have it be entertaining and
You are a good person, Gray. We appreciate your hard work to entertain us every night.
Well, thanks. Yeah, I try to make it interesting. Hey, thanks, Tiffany. Yeah, it's weird how that did that. Yeah. I remember the last time he was leaving the school, and we both sort of rode our scooters way up to this park, and we said goodbyes, and then I eventually went to Oregon State, and he left to go to Ashland. I think he went to Ashland, and he was in the Shakespeare festivals or something down there, and then he decided that acting is what he wanted to do, and boom. I mean, it was so weird. He's actually in a few shows on television. If you look at his credits, and then you can go watch those episodes, and he's on there. It's pretty funny. Yeah. Anyways. All right. Yep, that's the birthday balloon one. I don't have a Master G. That's what somebody called me once in college. Oh, you watched it? What did you think, Sarita Hilly? It's pretty good, right? Yeah, it's just natural. That's just his timing naturally. He doesn't. That's just him. So it makes it easy for him. I mean, I'm sure there's some. He's got to remember lines and whatnot, but. Yeah, it was pretty cool how he turned it all around, right? He didn't just let the status quo, I mean, everybody's like, oh, guilty, 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 and then he says, well, let's take a look at it. Yeah, well, I have some of that same stuff, Ada. I mean, I wish you guys could have seen us do our skits, we would just go around, and it was all just totally natural, didn't have to do any. Obviously, he's about 1,000 times better because, well, I never went that route either. I didn't try it. Plus, he looks more like a Hollywood type than me. You missed a show because you're doing salads?
Master G in da hizzle.
In the hizzle. In his house. Right? And then I have another one of my friends named Troy Thurgill. He's a comedian. I don't know if you've ever seen him. Hold on, let me find. We started a videography company, But he was already a really like high-end comedian. And he's a really funny guy. I've showed a couple videos that I've shot of him. Let's see if I can... Yeah, this is him right here. Troy Third-Gill. These are like pictures over time. He lives in Florida now. He used to live like right down the street. Troy Third-Gill. Oh, you can't see him. Sorry. Let me flip over there. Troy Third-Gill right there. That's him on stage. Yeah, let me see if I can find one of my... he's pretty funny. I don't know if that just doesn't just pop right up. It's really old. It's from years ago. I don't even know where it is. But look him up on YouTube. He's pretty funny. He does cruise ships, so it's really bad timing for that, right? I mean, if you were like solely a comedian on cruise ships, man, you're just like out of work. Well, thanks, Juju Positive. 6 months and 6... Oh, look, you got the little eye on there. A lot of you guys have the... Yeah. Hey, Cairo, I sent Troy the video of Alex and I said, do you know who this guy is? And he goes, hell no. It was great. He's like, I don't know who the hell that is. Yeah, he didn't have a clue. Yeah, it's like, who the hell's that? But anyways, when we were reading the Melani Pawlowski letter earlier, I just find that to be the most ludicrous thing I've ever read in my life, almost. Yeah, well, there really isn't. And the update is she wasn't being abused or anything like that. She lied to everybody. And now she's in Florida with her boyfriend, the other boyfriend, the one she originally had, and her mom and grandma and everything. So at least we got the story right, that she left on her own. Not sure, Jam, but you're not going to be able to find out. Have a good one. Yeah. I don't know where the new boyfriend is. No idea. I mean, Melani Pawlowski, really? Just, oh. Don't judge us. We were deceived. None of you have the story right at all. No, we do, idiot. You're the one that hasn't had it, or you've known the story but just didn't tell the truth. Okay, but you're the only dumb person is you, Melanie, okay? The rest of us have been following along and understand the story. Yeah, didn't Texas EquiSearch show up for that? Yeah, maybe somebody should pay them some money. I was just gonna let the story drop, even though I didn't like her personality. But as soon as I found out today that there was no abuse or anything, and she's actually on a trip with her parents in, her mom at least and her grandma in Florida, and I heard, they even wrote that maybe Cody's there. I don't know for sure, but regardless. And we remember when the mom was on when I was interviewing her, or maybe it was even Cody, I can't remember, but during that one where I had both on, they said that that she always wanted to live in Florida, and that they were going to do that later. So it's almost like, hey, we'll see you in Florida. We'll buy you tickets. I almost feel like we should play that interview again one of these days to see what the reality was, because that's the truth. And remember, I always believed what Cody was saying. I told you guys, if this is all bogus, I'll be shocked, because he sounded totally genuine to me. Yeah. I don't know. I'm not even sure what's going on with that. I hated her personality, though. That's the worst part of the story. Just effing this and effing that. She should have done a rap with the Australian killer. Remember that? Effing this and effing that. I can't rap, so I say that. I mean, she cusses. If she says 100 words, 58 are the F word. Okay? That's almost hard to do. That means you stuttered and said it twice in a row. Oh, yeah, you want to hear it? What's his name, man? Let me look that up. I gotta find that one. I gotta hear that too. I actually liked it. I like it in sort of a weird, morbid way. What was his name, by the way? What's that Australian rapper guy? What's his name? Oh, we can find it. Let's see. Australian kills Palestinian. Yeah. Yeah, it was something like Cody, wasn't it? Yeah, hold on. Ironically, right? Maybe it wasn't, though. Hold on. What the hell is his name? Oh, yeah, it's Cody, but it's E-Y. K-O-D-E-Y. Herman. Okay. It could have been under her name, too. Come on. Ah, well, there you go. Okay, I'm gonna do this one.
where you hang. I'll make your life just go down the drain.
I'll probably get a strike or some shit for that. Hold on. Yeah, it's Cody Herman, Kodey. I just want to find the one.
Got my head back when I step.
No. An idiot.
I'm coming out irrelevant, flow fat
like an elephant. Yeah, you know, notice how every time one of the rappers, when they say relevant, the next word is elephant, because there's really not another damn word that would rhyme with that. I'm rapping like I am relevant. I'm rapping like an elephant. Okay. Wait, elephants don't rap. There it is, here it is. There he is, there he is, there he is. Yeah.
These little bitches that don't get that bun yet, fucking sick. I'm back with vengeance.
I say nothing this and nothing that.
That I don't fuck around, I ain't falling for no tricks. Yeah, you think you got a trap car playing hard, thinking that you got all the cars in the back of your backpack. You're just a fucking wannabe lad smoking crack, and I don't give a crap if you think you got a bit of magic in your pocket. Yo, I'll fucking leave you with a knife in your ribs.
Look
twist that shit, cause I don't give a damn what you think, man. Yo, all you ever done is fucking shit that I can't understand. Yo, thinking
I say that because I can't rap.
Fucking standing in the sand, yo, I don't give a damn. I said that twice, and I'm just gonna have to fucking show you how to do it right, cause you make my mind go like, fuck, why should I even try? Fucking when everybody's just an idiot. I'm sick of everybody acting oblivious. You're always thinking that you're dangerous cause you're famous, but you fucking just got people's sleep pools dilated. Don't you realize people, they ain't fucking looking for another fucking guy who fucking writes
yeah, the beat's pretty cool.
Fucking you're just another guy who was lost to the sand of times. You'll see is just a bunch of wannabe MCs acting like Cody and C. When I was an MC at 14, I was already writing rap schemes better than any.
When he was 14, he was writing raps. He was better than.
Yo, Frosty, you're just a fucking fiend.
Effing elbow, effing orange. Yeah, he's probably in prison at this point. Hey, good night, Linda Howe, as in Linda Moldenhow of the cattle
Freaks,
mutilations.
Best creator, best mods, best videos based on facts.
Well, thank you. I know tonight we sort of veered off into some other areas, but, you know, what the hell, huh? Best part of the night was getting the address, the actual house number, 808 6th Street.
FN elbow, FN orange.
Sid, you're just a little kid.
Thank you, Jessica Schubach. Thank you, Jessica Schubach. I was walking down and I had a knock. Linda Howe and a Zozo and a Wozo and a...
Yeah, and yo, you fucked up with your syntax.
That's what we should do, is write a rap that has all the, you know, not everybody, but a lot of the, the different, you know, channel members.
What can I say, bruh? Yeah, I know I've been there before, but I'm spitting shit like I'm looking for some sugar.
Casta, she's got a latte, a funny little rhyme to make in
fucking chest, cause I regret even fucking saying what I said, cause it ain't worth the test and it ain't worth the check, yo, it ain't fucking banking on. So you can fucking become what you want, but you ain't gonna reach the top, cause you're just a flop, a fucking flog, you're a fucking dog, and I don't give a fuck what you want to, you can go and try your luck, but I'll fuck you up with just one.
Get him, alien, get him, alien.
Yeah, I like how that sounds, so I'll say it once more, cause you're fucking gonna be put underground in the fucking sounds, yo, I fucking hate the way that you run around, thinking that you're gonna get a fat pound, yo, you fucking ain't, so you thinking that you're great, yo, I'll fucking tell you to your motherfucking face.
I think he's doing, it's not like, I don't think he wrote this down, right? Like it's free flow, you know? Kind of a...
You're a disgrace, running in the same rat race that your fucking parents probably did the same.
Good night, Miss Mamie.
Fuck you, lad, fucking thinking that you're mad, I'll fucking slap you back with one fucking...
There you go, Cairo. There you go.
Fucking crap trap.
He's Cairo.
Just tell the truth, I ain't even trying to body
with
the
a pyro that eats gyros. He's effing this and effing that.
You're just a bunch of fools.
He doesn't like cat.
And tell the truth, I ain't even fucking
but not Kit Kat, just not cat.
Instrumental, yeah, the devil gave me a pencil to show these kids.
Yeah, he does. He says effing this and effing that. He says that because he can't rap. Oh god, you see the little weird eyes he made?
We'll show these kids fucking how it's done, and yo, I don't give a fuck. This is just beginning of the answer check.
Ooh, man, look at that evil shit looking right at us, man. Bam, right there, look at that. Ooh.
So I'll say it once more, cause
I can't play their YouTube videos. Unless it's your video, I could do it. But.
You're fucking gonna be put underground in the fucking sounds. You all fucking hate the way that you run around thinking that you're gonna...
Yeah, you gotta listen to that every once in a while. You know, just bring it, you know, off the dust heap of humanity and play it. You know, nothing wrong with that, huh? You guys should listen to that one rap done by the he did one about COVID. I tried playing it one night. It's pretty good. Is when you say but dude's locked up, is that meaning, is that like a slang, like oh he's a great rapper, or does it mean he's literally in prison? Dude's locked up, man. He's great. What are you talking about? Which guy are you gonna get? Oh, okay. I think that's a good way to say somebody's really good at something, though. Man, he's locked up. Yeah. We just invented our own little phrase. Yeah. Oh, yeah, he's pretty good. He has a good part about, like, send the drones out, flying them in. I don't even remember what his name is, but sometimes he pops up when I type in a... Yeah, so his name is Justin Stevens. Listen to this. This is what he looks like right here. Look.
Misinformation, stimulus payments, bitching and complaining. It pretty much sums up COVID-19 in a nutshell. Shit, I'm just saying. I already made a video about it, but I'm gonna make another one because my thoughts have changed. Cause the more it plays out and the more it unfolds, the more that I think all of it is awfully strange. But I won't get into that, cause if I do, this video is finna get flagged and get removed. Because if you ain't getting your information from the news, then forget it, because it isn't a fact, it isn't true. I looked at the stats and I'm like, Bobby bugging out. I know this is a subject we don't really know much about, but it makes you wonder when you get in the numbers and you do some digging of your own. But I'm not a doctor, so I should shut my mouth. But fuck that, I looked on WebMD, and you know they give it to you straight, they don't play games. You tell them that you got a little headache and you're feeling funny, look it up and you're like, holy shit, I have AIDS? Anyways, I was looking shit up and reading stuff trying to see what I could find on the net. They said that the recovery rate is between 97 and 99.75%. 0.25 of the whole population is not that big. That's a small congregation. I show sympathy for the ones that were lost. I really do. But come on, let's have a talk. 3.5 is what they said in the beginning, but they should have shut their mouth before they fed you what they're thinking, because they started making guesses way too motherfucking early. Now they're talking on the circles like a record when it's spinning. It's probably even lower. Nobody knows the actual number of people that get infected in their cities because they're asymptomatic and they don't think they have it, so they don't take the time to go and get tested, and it's shitty, I know. But take that figure and add it to the numbers that they're pumping up at the hospitals and you'll have a way lower ratio than before. I mean, goddamn, this shit is fucking impossible. Fuck the media. No, really, I'm getting sick of it. You could get in a car crash and die on impact and still get COVID on your death certificate. I could choke on a piece of steak fat and suffocate to death on my fucking sofa. The coroner would look at his colleagues and be like, hey, watch this. Rona, hey! We're stuck in this, no heading back. I don't give a fuck if you're Republican or Democrat. I got a lot to say about the shit we're going through, and I can't hold it down a sec. I got a stomach full of ipecac. Ain't no hanging with your folks, pals, any friends. If you see them, better send the drones out, get them in. Shit is really turning so foul, every grim feels a little, I don't know, totalitarian. We don't know what to believe. We don't know if what we're seeing is right or what we're reading is wrong. But there is one thing that I think us normal people can get together and agree upon. Fuck the celebrities. I mean, seriously, all of you are acting like you're goddamn heroes. Anybody can tell me to stay inside except Robert De Niro. Fuck you and Steph Curry too. Ben Stiller and you too, Trevor Noah. Untalented idiot that inherited the Daily Show, and if otherwise we would never know of. Send me a check for $500 a week and then maybe we can talk about staying inside. But until then I gotta go to work, cause we all got bills and I'll see you paying mine. I'm not saying that it's not real, I'm not saying that it all chill. Man, I don't know, I'm just really fucking starting to think that it's overblown like a tornado when it hits a fucking mobile home. No matter what unfolds in the upcoming months, and no matter what peril happens. Wait, I think I know who's behind all this. Who? Fucking Carol Baskin! God damn it, I knew it! I knew it!
Come on, this guy, he's great. Like, if he was literally a rapper, he'd be rich. People tell him that all the time, too, because he's really fast, really good. But that link right there goes to it. He has a whole bunch of other ones on there. There's a couple other good ones. Some of them I don't like it quite as much, but yeah. Carol Baskin. That's from the Tiger. What's the name of that show? Tiger something or other. Tiger King. Yeah. But yeah, it was pretty good though, right? I mean, I've listened to that thing 20 times. It's so fast, and he kind of says some of the stuff that people are bugged about. You know, how the ratio would be a lot less, a lot lower if you added in all the people who actually have it. It's just, he kind of, everything he says, people, made some sense, basically. And then I like what he said about the actors. Who gives a shit what an actor's saying? It's like, I don't know. I mean, all of us know way more than actors do about any of this shit that we're talking about. All they do is sit around with millions of dollars in their hot tubs and shit, and somebody feeds them something to look at, and they go, oh, yeah, and they think they're just so goddamn smart. And I don't give a shit what any of them said. None of the ladies that are on, what's the name of that? On Charmed, I don't listen to any of them. You can forget that. All right, everybody. I think that's going to be about it for me tonight. Went through a lot of shit. Some of it was actual shit. And some was just interesting stuff. Anyways, I put the link in there. Actually, what I should do is let me put the... Wait, what is this one you're doing? Oh, yeah. Yeah, Samson. Yeah, Samson's is the channel name here. There, I'll put the... Oh, that was just a re-upload of it? Wow. Who was re-uploading his video? Weird. Let me see. Hold on, let me see something. Oops. Shit. Now I can't see anything on any of you guys. It's dark. Okay. There we go. Here, I'm going to put his link in the video here. I'll put it in there so you can see it. Samson. Okay, it's in there. So if you guys want to check it out later, you can watch his other ones. There's a couple other really good ones in there too, for sure. I guess he did one on McDonald's or something at some point, but it's been taken down. So, all right. So thank you to let's see, Andrea Ruggiero Drum, Carolina T became a member, Meredith McKenzie, Cairo, Jay Case. Say sorry about all the shit you're going through there, Jay. Sherlock Hemlock, Darrell Greggs, Chrissy Paradis, Zozo, Michelle Nicholas, Dadio Caspian Horses Rock, Sarita Hilly, Zozo, Miley Harmon, Jennifer Cochran Fent, Stephanie McCoy, Cairo, Wally Gator, Dadio Caspian Horses Rock, Sarita Hilly, Mag, Susie B, Allison R, Deacon, Miley Harmon, Miss Skiss, Zozo, Kristen Cure, Robin Frost again, and Robin Frost became a member. Then Cairo, Zozo, Linda Howell, as in Linda Molden Howe of the Cattle Mutilations, Jessica Schubach, and that was Cattle Mutilations on Art Bell, although it's a different person. It just sounds the same. Dadio Caspian Horses Rock, and Allison R. So thank you guys very much. And also, oh yeah, somebody just sent me some links. That's the one I liked the most. Check those out. Yes, also Linda Howe on PayPal, and I got another one. I don't know where that one went though. It disappeared. Oh, there it is. And Zoe on PayPal. Or maybe that was Zozo. I don't know. But thank you guys very much. And now we're going to go to, was it the second spot? Yeah, I like this one. Some stuff to... Now I'll go back to the cool one. This one over here. The great map. Furious Freaks, by the way, is the name of that song. Yeah, let me get rid of this phone number up on there. Okay. All right, everybody. Thank you guys for showing up tonight. Kind of went through a lot of stuff. Yeah, I've gone over the Madison thing about 100 times already. So yes, you'll just watch it at the beginning. We go over Madison, a Melani Pawlowski letter, crazy another cult killer girl in heck, I forgot where that was even. I think it was in Florida. Then serial killer. Okay, so there you go. Got a lot of fun to listen to tomorrow. All right, everybody. Thank you all for showing up. Thank you for showing up. And, you know, I don't think it was too bad. Didn't have too many trolls tonight. I don't even know if there was really any. I don't even remember the guy's name, but, you know, I wouldn't consider that guy a troll. I just don't agree with at all with, you know, making a blanket statement about how a taser acts on you and then saying that's how it is for everybody. It's not dangerous now because wasn't for me. And as we see, there's some people that get hit with tasers that literally it bounces off of them. I mean, it's on them and it just doesn't do anything to them. And then there's other people that look absolutely incapacitated. It is 50,000 volts, so that's a lot. All right, so thank you guys very much. Make sure you're washing your hands with sanitizer. Wear your mask when you go to the store, or, you know, if you're out around other people, make sure you're doing that. And that's it. You know? Just maintain your social distancing and everything until we get the damn vaccine going. And listen, take the damn vaccine when it's available, okay? Don't go, oh, I'm not doing it. I'm going to be one of those people. Just do it, all right? Okay, hey, thanks, Juju Positive. I appreciate it. Right at the buzzer there. Thank you very much. All right, everybody. So that is it for the show. And as I always say, everybody, until next time, be safe out there. And a 2 and a 3 and a 4. Yeah, I've been doing this true crime thing for quite a while now.
Is that Lori?
This whole time,
It's Lori,
I have not seen one person that is a crime dissector. I'm a certified human lie detector. Gonna get ya on a stretcher if you try and play me like an old projector. Crime sector is my nectar. Professor Grego's gonna give another lecture. Crime collector, freak connector, and I'm always gonna be a pup protector. Full deflector, interceptor, and I mean a spoken with a vector on his pector. With all respect, y'all, just remember I've a temper fucking check ya. I have no agenda, I'm no pretender, and I'll serve it to you straight without the blender. And in the end, I'm gonna send ya on a mission to reveal the true offender. Yeah, so I'll just get right back to work. All right, everybody? Talk to you later.
Hello? Hello? Yeah, no, that guy was totally right, man. He was totally right. He had it, man. He nailed it. He nailed it.
What are you talking about?
Oh, well, you know, because I got hit by a taser one time, too, and it made me... I was totally normal after I get hit by it.
Oh, that's a load of crap. That's a load of crap. Hey, good night, John boy.
What do you mean it's a load of crap? You're mean. You're so mean to me.
Oh, poor John boy. Poor John boy.
What, are you making fun of me? Gosh, Mary Lou, you're not very nice at all.
I got your back, John boy. Okay, good night, John boy.
You're mean.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to be. Good night.
Man, I tell you, those two are absolutely nuts. They could never just get off the damn show and say goodnight to each other. It's crazy. And I was a little bit disappointed with John Boy there because he seemed a little weaker than he normally is. He was kind of caving in to the, you know. So, anyways. All right, everybody. Thank you for showing up tonight. And as I always say again, be safe out there.